Stan, good evening. I see you, Kenneth. Good evening. Star Beauty, you're welcome. Happy Thursday. Happy April, everyone. Sonia Brown, I see you. Thank you, Elder. Oh, thank you for the heart to me. Thank you. Good evening. Okay, let's send to all our friends. Let them be part of our talk. Good evening. I hope you're good, sir. Thank you for joining in yet again. I'm sending to all my followers showing on my screen as well. So if you click down on your screen for about 3 seconds or so, you see names pop up and just click send and scroll down. I'm doing the same and just keep sending to all of them. That's the fastest way really for now, I think. I hope we're keeping well. That's much I can say. I'm grateful to God. Thank you. Help me share to your friends. Let them be part of our talk today. Shine to the whole world. Yeah. Mary A, good evening. I hope you are good. Happy Easter, everyone. Happy April, everyone joining. Please help me share this live. Thank you for tapping already. Thank you for liking the live. That can also attract other people to join us today. I hope we're keeping well. Yeah. Hope and make you feel alright. Arewa Jesu, I see you. Good evening. The promise, the future, and life. Let the light that's within me shine to the whole world. Yeah, happy April, everyone. Happy new month. Mr. Ma, I see you. Or Miss Ma, I don't know. Okay, it's Ma. Yes, good evening, Yira. I see you. Ayonitemi, I see you. Ayonitemi, Lojo Bobo. Good evening, guys. I still have a bit of cold. I mean, that's why I wasn't here on Monday. I've been a bit strong, so I just have to push myself to be here today. Yeah. God has been good. This is the day the Lord has made. Indeed, we ought to rejoice and be glad in it. Because not all the time you're with, strength and all of that. But in it all, we still have to thank God. Disciple Nation, I see you. Good evening. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining in. And as it stands, this is April. Officially yesterday, the 1st of April, Inside Club 2. Gradually, we're crawling. Gradually, we're walking. Inside is 2 years old yesterday, or was 2 years yesterday. But because I'm just coming on live today, so we're just going to mark it today. Just thank God, for 2 years of successful live streaming. God giving us the topic, guiding us, the things He wants us to kind of discuss, especially, to keep enjoying our individual lives, our marriage relationships. And I'm grateful. I am grateful for this assignment, honestly. Saludo, I think. I salute you as well. Good evening. Thank you for joining us here. So I am grateful. It's been a journey indeed. I didn't prepare anything much because I'm like, am I coming on tonight? Am I strong enough to come? But I said, okay, let's just go. We'll talk about it and be grateful to those who have been on this journey with me for the last couple of years. I just want to say a big shout out, a big thank you to everyone for your support, for, the likes of the videos, the reposting of them. You know, there's some put some of my videos in their favorite. I really appreciate all of that. I thank you to all the people that have made this community what it is, because I couldn't have done it by myself. Above all, I give all the glory to God Almighty for giving me the privilege to be used for this assignment, and I pray for greater works. We will do exploits together. We would connect more with one another and just help dare each other to live better, really, in our individual lives, in our marriage relationship. I pray that God will continue to give us the grace to do better, you know, than our yesterday. That is my prayer. So if you're listening in, today is a Thursday. Happy April, everyone. And today we're talking about marriage relationship issues, talks. You know, it's very important, because all the talks we talk here really are things that couples tend to shy away from talking about. Adejoke, I see you. And we will talk about it here. We will enlighten one another, learn from one another, unlearn certain ways that, or certain strategies that hasn't worked for us. So we're here to learn, to do better. Adeni, Adeleke, I see you, sir. Good evening. So welcome to Insight with FunmiRoyal today, the 2nd of April 2026. And we're marking, in a way, second anniversary on this platform. So if you're not aware, well, now you know. Thank you for joining. I see you. Ayowale, I see you. Thank you so much. To everyone, really, once again, I just want to appreciate every single one. Those who have come and gone, some have come back, some are here to stay, some have been here for quite a number of months, really supporting, you know, tapping away, encouraging, giving submissions, just to help build what God is doing in this community. So thank you to everyone. I'm still going to say more as we go along. And, you know, we have this crucial talk today. Modupe, I see you. It's important. Sometimes we overlook certain issues and we feel it's just going to go away, or, you know, it's nothing really. But then you find out that as it's creeping in, we're not addressing it. And then with time, it's beginning to affect our relationship with our spouse. And we need to be mindful. Ken 45, I see you. Good evening. Supporting marriage, I see you. I hope you're here to support our marriage talk today. We're talking about marriage and comparison. Marriage and comparison. And we found out that a lot of things can go wrong when we do this. I always say the big man up there, our God, is the orchestrator of this marriage institution. And when we're going through challenges, we need to seek His word. What is He saying regarding whatever it is that we're going through? And sometimes you may say, oh, this situation, we can't find any solution in the Bible. There's always the basic thing. Always go back to the basics, and then you'll find out that there's a word to help you understand. The moment you understand the basic thing you need to understand, you find out that the bigger part, you know, you easily break it down. But anyways, thank you for joining us. Yeah, please help me share to your friends. You can tap on the screen to like. You sound extremely professional, a persona after my own heart. Oh, supporting marriage. Well, it's a passion God has placed on me to start with. And I'm grateful. I'm a marriage counselor as well. I do individuals and couples as well. It's a passion. I don't know. God has just burdened me with this. And of course, I've been in the marriage institution myself for 27 years counting. So I'm grateful. At least I have a bit of knowledge and experience as well, apart from the professional training. Adeola Adesanya, I see you. Good evening. Please help me share this live. You can keep liking so that others will be attracted here. Grace, I see you. Shakira, welcome. So we're looking at marriage and comparison. I'm going to go into my talk, and I always give this talk to those who are just joining, just to give us that understanding. What are we talking about today? Because all the topics, really, you can pull it apart to different, it's broad. But I just want us to focus so we can get the essence of this talk. I feel exactly the same about my coaching. That's good. Well done. So you're a coach. I take it. Game changer. You're welcome. I see you. So Let's dive into it. Marriage and comparison. What am I talking about today? Please get your cup of tea, get your juices, whatever it is, popcorn, whatever tickles your fancy, and sit. Let's reason together tonight. Tade Adrix, I see you. Whatever that means. TikTok, I don't know. All these messages coming on. Okay, I'm gonna leave it. Holu Femia, I see you. Good evening. Thank you so much. Thank you for the gift. Temi, I see you. So, we're looking at marriage and comparison, and I gave it a subtitle, Guarding Your Relationship from Unhealthy Comparisons. Because sometimes we subtly drift into that space without realizing until it starts creating problems in our marriages. And as I always say, let's reflect. As I give this talk, let's reflect on our own self, our own relationship. How have we contributed this to our relationship? Or is it something that exists in our relationship? These are things we cannot shy away from. We need to address them before they become a mountain, in our relationship. So in our world today, comparison has become almost unavoidable. Uncle T, I see you. Thank you for joining. So through social media, family expectations, friendships, or more, I see you. Cultural standards, most couples find out, they find themselves comparing their marriage with other people. But are we meant to do that really? You hear statements like, why is their marriage better than ours? What have you seen? What are you seeing in other people's marriages? Statements like, you hear this often, they seem happier than us. I can sense a bit of comparison creeping on in there. You hear statements like, we are not where we should be. Says who? You, God, or family, culture? So statements like this are becoming more common. From a marriage perspective, comparison can quietly weaken a relationship if not addressed. So what is comparison in marriage? Let's break it down some more. I always love to say that. I love to break it down so we have a better understanding, because like I said, you can look at it from different perspectives, but let's break it down as the Lord will have us understand this today. So comparison in marriage is when one or both partners measure their relationship against others. And this may involve comparing finances, or this couple are richer than us, or they're wealthier than us. And it could be in terms of communication styles. Can you not see how this couple talk to themselves? Can we do? You're comparing yours to them. Again, it could be lifestyle. Can you not just see the Joneses? Oh my goodness. They've got this, they got the Ferrari, they got the da-da-da. Why is our own different? You hear things like that. It may involve comparing level of romance. Oh, you're not romantic as Mr. B. Or why are you not as romantic as that person? Or why are you not doing, buying me flowers? Buying me chocolates like Mr. X? Like that. Or you say, why are you not buying me perfume? Whatever, each couple will prefer. So it could be comparing level of romance or achievements. Those couples, they have achieved so much. Look at where we are. We're still not, comparing. And again, it could be appearance or roles. See, when that man, when that husband, when that wife just comes, you can see. Why are we different? Why can't you be like that person? Why? No. While some comparison may seem harmless, it often leads to dissatisfaction and then will bring issues, conflicts in our own marriage relationship. So we need to be mindful, and that is why it's very important. So why do couples compare? There has to be a reason. Gracefully favored, I see you. Thank you for joining in. So why do couples compare? First, social media influence. Yes, we are on it right now. You know, one of my TikTok mentors said to me, whatever you're looking for on TikTok, you will find. If you're looking for people doing money in, money out, you'll find them. If you're looking for people twerking and twerking, you will find them. If you're looking for people talking serious talk, you'll find anything you want on TikTok, you can always find them. Social media influence is one reason why couples tend to compare themselves. Social media often shows the best moments of people's lives, not the full reality. And that's why we need to get wisdom. Nike, I see you. Mom, 3Ps. Oh, I see you. Good evening. Couples may begin to believe that others have perfect marriages. Hey, there is no perfect husband, there is no perfect wife. Tranquility, I see you. There's no one that is perfect. We're just trying out of our imperfection that the Lord will perfect us, really, such that we can live long lives, good marriages and all. So social media is number one influence that causes couples to compare, comparing themselves to other people. Because whatever you see on social media, some people just believe it. These people, we knew them yesterday. Look at where they are now. Hey, be mindful. OGB, I see you. Good evening. Another reason why couple compare is unrealistic expectations. I see you, admission 66. You're welcome. Good evening. Happy April. Happy second anniversary to Insight as you're joining. I hope I'll remember to keep saying that. So, unrealistic expectations, cultural and societal pressures can create false standard of what marriage should look like. And then this couple will start chasing. We must be like this. We must look like this. We have to have this. We must get this. Unrealistic expectations. Every marriage is different. Every marriage is not going to be as wealthy as the other one. So be content where you are at. Your expectations, are they realistic in terms of a husband and a wife, in terms of in your marriage? So we need to be mindful, because these are the reasons why people tend to compare their marriage with others. Another reason is insecurity. Patty, good evening. Labims, I see you. Insecurity. When individuals feel uncertain about themselves or their relationship, they are more likely to compare. Some are even in that marriage relationship, they're still comparing their spouse to their ex. You should have married your ex. Stop comparing your relationship or your marriage or your spouse to your ex. What you had, what you built. If you had built well, you would have stayed with your ex. You wouldn't be with this person you're with. Truly only, I see you. Or truth only, I see you. So, insecurity will make people feel uncertain about themselves, uncertain about their relationship. Everything they see out there, they just feel is better than what they have. But be careful, be mindful, because you're treading on dangerous grounds. Another reason why couple will compare themselves is lack of contentment. When people are not satisfied, they tend to look outward instead of appreciating what they have. Look, even the best... If you sat down now a couple that have been married for 50 years, they will tell you it hasn't been a bed of roses. They've had issues. Some may have gotten to a point where they almost called it off or went their separate ways. But for one thing or the other, perhaps they trusted God or something just, kept them pushing and, just being in there content with their spouse. No matter how bad they are, there's the good, the bad, the ugly. Some people, when it's bad and ugly, they don't want to stay. They just want to go. Some people, it's only the good times they want to stay in that relationship. They're only content when things are good. When things are rocky, you almost see their back regarding that relationship. So lack of contentment can actually make couples compare their relationship to others. Again, when we do these things, there's dangers. And I'm going to tell us few of them. There's so many dangers when couples compare their relationship to other people. And I'll still drive it home so we have an understanding some more. So, the dangers of comparison in marriage. 1, dissatisfaction. That's danger, because when you keep comparing, you'll never be satisfied with the person you're with. So comparison often shifts your focus from what is good for you that you're in to what is lacking. This creates a sense of not enough. Don't Don't get me wrong, we can always do better as a husband, we can always do better as a wife, but when we're still growing, because we're always going to keep growing in that relationship, we're growing. You don't know what growth am I, attain tomorrow. You don't know what growth you will attain tomorrow, but you're not even focusing on that level of growth. Rather, you're focusing on that dissatisfaction from that which you're getting from your spouse. And then you're seeing others, if you, oh, they're so happy, they're content, they're this, but you don't know. They're putting in the effort as well. So whatever you think you're seeing that you like, it takes effort. So you put that same effort in your marriage. Anyways, I'll say that. Another danger of comparison in marriage is unrealistic pressure. Red butterfly, I see you. Unrealistic pressure, trying to match another couple's lifestyle or relationship. It can create unnecessary stress. Oluto, I see you. Good evening. Thank you for the heart to me. You want to match them, their lifestyle. They bought Ferrari yesterday. We to go and buy the Ferrari. And you barely scrape everything in your account. You bought the Ferrari. The next minute, you see them with the Benz. And you're like, honey, we have to buy Benz. So what are you competing with? What is it you're competing? Can you just be satisfied and be content with what you have? If you can afford it, and it's something you desire, not because your neighbor has gone to buy a Ferrari, the next minute you're going to buy a Ferrari, just so that your marriage too, they can say, these people are trying and all of that. So stop trying to match another couple's lifestyle. It is stressful. In fact, it's unnecessary stress you don't need. Some people, they are so silly sometimes. These people are having another baby. We too, we should be preparing to have another baby. You'll be wondering, like, are you okay? Are you okay? Let me borrow Mr. Macaroni. Are you okay right now? What is that? Why are you stressing unnecessarily? Why are you bringing unnecessary pressure? Unnecessary pleasure. Another couple's lifestyle is now your watchword. What if God wants to even bless you with something more? But because you're using them as your yardstick to do whatever you're doing, it's just unnecessary stress. So let's be mindful. Another danger is loss of identity. Every marriage is unique. Look, no matter how much we compare notes here, I know, like I said, I've been married 27 years. If I compare notes with those who are married 27 years with me, you find out that there's so many experiences we can't even compare because it's unique to them. And mine too is unique to me. So every marriage is unique. You need to understand this. No matter how much you mentor one another, no matter how much you're to you can never be the two us or to me and my spouse. Never. So comparison causes couples to lose sight of their own journey and their strengths. Of course, there'll be good times. There'll be great times. There'll be downtown at times that you almost feel like, oh my God, I hope I didn't make the mistake. You feel like, oh goodness, this person, that person. But it's unique. Whatever you're experiencing is unique to your journey. And in there lies your strength as well. So stop comparing, because your marriage is unique. Even if you just got married yesterday and today is your 1-day anniversary, your marriage, your 1-day-old marriage is unique. Believe that. So enjoy as you go on in that journey. Find your strength as you see your weaknesses. Another thing I'm going to talk about is conflict between partners. Statements like, why can't you be like so person? Some will even say, why can't you be like my father? Why can't you be like my mother? Oh, jeez, you're looking for trouble. Marriage and comparison. You should have just married your father. You should have just married your mother if that were possible. Do not idolate your parents in your spouse. I don't even know if that's the right grammar now. That's how it's just come to my head. Because we need to be mindful. Your spouse is your spouse. They can never, ever be your parents. Never, ever. No matter how much you look alike with your parents or you do whatever, they can never be your parents. So please do not say, why can't you be like? Or you can even say, why can't you be like that person? Maybe some influential person in the society that they praise, for how they've kept their home or whatever it is. It will bring conflict. Statements like that. Why can't you be like? Be like you. Be a better version of you. Don't be like anybody. Michelle, I see you. So we need to be mindful because it can lead to resentment and hurt. If we keep carrying on at this, you just find out that why is your spouse behaving this way? Why are they reacting this way? Because you kept comparing them to somebody else. You keep doing that, and it's only a matter of time. It's going to bring about some issues in your marriage. So most times it gets sweeter along the lines. Of course. Bittersweet journey experiences, And again, ingratitude. Comparison makes it difficult to appreciate what you already have. I know that one can be challenging, especially, when times are rocky as such. But if you sit down, however long you've been married, you can see good times in there as well. It's not all bad. It's not all thorns. So let's appreciate. Let's be grateful. And I'm going to go there because I always say the Bible is the best place I can refer us to. So let's look at some Bible perspective on comparison. The Bible encourages believers especially to focus on their journey and trust God's plan. And that's why if God is not the one leading your marriage, I don't know how you're going to survive, to be honest. I do not know. So avoid comparing yourself with others. Even the Bible warns against this because it knows that this one is a joy killer. You have to avoid doing that. Admissions, thank you for the heart me. Please let's keep tapping and sharing. Let's like the live and send to our friends. Let them be part of this talk, especially your married friends. So it says avoid comparing yourself with others. If you read 2 Corinthians 10:12, it says, for we dare not class ourselves or compare ourselves with those who commend themselves. Say, but they measuring themselves by themselves. They are not wise, my Bible says. Comparison is described as unwise. I don't want to appear as foolish. That's just, when you're not wise, you're foolish. That's as plain English as I can put it. And I don't want to be foolish. So what is the Bible saying? Do not compare. Those who compare, measuring themselves to themselves. Look, these fingers, they're not equal. They're not equal. A time will come that you will even surpass those people you're trying to be like. You will surpass them. Life comes with different transitions. Marriage, rather. It comes with different stages, different transitions that you're going to have to, oh my God, have some more patience, be more tolerant, be more loving, be more understanding, such that you can keep, appreciating one another, even through the dark times. If God knew marriage wouldn't work, I don't think he would have created it. So why is it not working? Or rather, why are we not doing what it takes to work? I'll leave it there. Again, be content. Oh, goodness. Hebrews 13:5, it says, be content with such things as you have. You did not close your eyes like that and be wondering and touch some opposite sex and say, you're going to be mine. You opened your eyes wide. You saw this beauty. You saw this handsomeness. You saw the grace of God. You saw the beauty of God. And you decided to choose this person. They're a package, mind you. When you take them, they're like gifts from God. Both of you, husband, both of you, wife. When you take them home, you start unwrapping. 1 year, 2 years, you're still unwrapping each other because you'll be seeing different, I didn't see this side of you because you have not unwrapped that page yet. So in marriage, you're going to unwrap so many. Some you will not like. Oh, you're laughing, admission. You'll be like, what? But it's part of the package. You just got to that bit of the package. Do you like it? I don't like. Me not like. Oh, but is this still your package? Yes, your package. That's it. I don't know where this analogy is coming from, but yeah. Sometimes I look at my before and after. I'm like, especially on the wedding day at the reception, when I sat smiling in that photo, and I thought to myself, can I remember what was going on in my head in that photo? No, I don't think so. All I see is I've chosen the one for me, and I was happy, and we're here. What was going on in that mind? Did I think 10 years ahead? Did I think 20 years ahead? I don't know. Maybe I did. I don't know. But we're here today, 27 years on. Sometimes I look back and I laugh. I'm like, wow, it's been a journey. Wow, we survived that transition. Wow, this one nearly, ripped us apart, but we survived it. And sometimes now it makes me project into the future. Because I remember I used to make this joke that because I sing, my husband sings, and then when we're like 80 something, they probably invite us to come and sing somewhere. I don't know why I'm digressing here, but just to anyway laugh a bit. And then when they're inviting the people to minister or do whatever, and the drums and all of that, they started to do, and then me and my husband probably in walking stick would drag ourselves with the microphone, and then we get to stage, and then the instrumentalists or whoever, they expect us to start singing, and I'll be like, wait, his teeth fell off, let me put it back in his mouth. And the people laughed. I said, I don't know. I said, I think I've seen that far that, we will grow grey all together. So sometimes when it's rocky, I always like to paint that picture and I will laugh. And I'm like, God, you have to give me the grace to go through this transition, however hard it is. What are you picturing? Are you content? Because in it all, I'm not perfect. In it all, he's not perfect. But we're still in this journey together. It says, be content with such things as you have, for he himself has said, I will never leave you nor forsake you. Many times I've had to cry to God. I bet many times he's had to cry to God. Many times we've had to cry to God together. Because when you face certain things, then you know the level of prayer to pray. Maria, I see you. Contentment protects the heart from dissatisfaction. If you're truly content with who you are with, you find out that you're satisfied, and there'll be no need really to be comparing your spouse to whoever it is out there. Sometimes I wonder, like I said, you're married to a man, you're married to a woman, they've got two eyes, all their body parts is the same thing. So people going outside of their marital, relationship, they're going to meet the same person with two eyes, two ears, the same body, the same human physique and everything. So why? Because you've chosen this person to be there for them for the rest of your life. So what is it that you think this person out there will give you that your spouse cannot give you? Sit and talk about it. And I know sometimes it's not always easy to sit and talk, but there's always another way, except you're not, you're not content in there. If you know that there's no exit, there's no way out, you will have to sit and talk about, no matter how bad it is, things that will turn you both into prayer giants. Suddenly, I'm telling you, hey, may that not even be our portion. But these things do happen. It does happen, such that everybody is trying to compare. Something will just happen that you forget all the comparison. You will have to hold hands and pray before other things happen. So it seems flimsy, it seems unimportant, but truly it is there. Some spouse, all they hear is, you cannot amount to whatever. Can't you just be like this person? All the time, over the years. It is heartbreaking, and it can break somebody, not just even the marriage. So we need to be mindful. Focus on your own work. Focus on your own marriage. Focus on yourself in that marriage. Galatians 6:4 says, but let each one examine his own work. This encourages personal reflection instead of comparison. As you are there comparing yourself to this other couple, what have you achieved? Can you highlight that? Focus on that? rather than comparing yourself to another couple. Again, our Bible says we need to guard our heart with all diligence. We have to do that. Proverbs 4:23 says that keep your heart with all diligence. Comparison begins from the heart and the mind. Because once your mind begins to, think about it over and over again, it becomes almost a reality, to the point that your heart start believing, your body start feeling all sorts, and then before you know, you put action to place. So we need to be mindful. How are we guarding our hearts? When somebody comes and say, my marriage, this is what we're doing now. You people, you better go and do the same. If not, they'll just look down on you. Don't let anybody put you under unnecessary pressure. Don't let anybody make you run the race of comparison. Oh, we must be like our friends. Can't you see what they've achieved? Can't you see what they have done? Says who? Were you there when they're going through their own downtown time? I don't know. Were you there? All that glitter isn't gold, as they say. Oluwakemi, I see you. So pray with all virulence, if I can see that. It's at such moments, and he will answer you. Always, always. God does always answer, except we're not calling on him. Comparison begins in the heart and the mind, and then the mouth will speak it. And then what can happen. So we need to guard our heart, especially when we go on social media. Guard your sight, what you're seeing. Some people seeing is believing. Once they see it like this, they just believe it. Red butterfly, I see you. So let's look at the impact on intimacy and connection. We're looking at the impact of comparison on intimacy and connection. Comparison can damage emotional intimacy. It can damage trust. It can damage communication, because all you see is, how you want to be like this other person, or how you want your spouse to be like that other person, and then you're not connecting emotionally. It's affecting your intimacy. Some will even, whilst in the act, be saying, can't you just, you'll be wondering, what on earth? And this will break your emotional connection with your spouse. When you keep comparing them to somebody else, or to who you think they should be, and all of that. And of course, it will damage the trust they have for you, the trust you have for them. And of course, your communication, because they'll just think, once they sit down to have any meaningful talk with you, all that is going on in your head is how you're comparing them to somebody else, how you're comparing them. So it's going to bring about conflict in that relationship. And if you don't want that intimacy and connection to be impacted in a wrongful way, in a negative way, you need to be mindful to stop comparing your spouse to your neighbor's wife, or to your neighbor's husband, or to whoever it is. It's not going to build a lasting, a happy, healthy marriage relationship. So instead of appreciating each other, partners begin to focus on what is missing. Of course, like I said, nobody is perfect. Whatever is missing, talk it amongst yourself. My dear, this is missing. I would rather, talk about it. Fine, the first time they will not want to hear it. But as long as you're both committed to that relationship, what can I do to make life easy for you, or to make life better? What can you do? It's not a one-way thing. It's a partnership. So intimacy will thrive on acceptance, not comparison. Some may even come, maybe low self-esteem, and they come and say, I wish I could be like wife number A in house number A. I wish I could be like, and your spouse is telling you, stop that. I married you for who you are. And because of low self-esteem, they don't believe in themselves as a wife, as a partner. They are the one comparing themselves to somebody else. Winning Hill, I see you. So we need to be mindful. If you want to have intimacy, if you want to have connection with one another, stop comparing one another. Whatever it is you think they can do better, talk to them about it. Don't compare them to whoever. Let's see how we overcome comparison in marriage, in case it's there already, because I will not leave us hanging. Overcoming comparison in marriage can be done by practicing gratitude. So focus on what is working in your marriage. Gratitude shifts perspective. You find out that the weaknesses become smaller and the strength becomes magnified. So focus on what is working. What is working? As you're focusing on that, if you can identify what is not working, focus on that, not on them, focus on that issue, not on your spouse. How you're going to help them, if it's your spouse or if it's both of you, how you're going to help each other overcome that. Because like I say, we're not perfect. So if we can see our imperfection, we're meant to help one another and not judge one another or condemn one another. Again, overcoming comparison, limit social media influence. It's not everything you see online you believe, people. Some are for show. It's just show. Be mindful of what you consume. Remember that social media often shows highlights, not reality. So if you go on there, hey, you will watch videos tire. You will watch videos tire. I think it was Susan some weeks back or months back. She said, this person was posting, I think it was Valentine or something. They bought themselves flowers, chocolates, put petals everywhere, did videos, say, it was, they were being spoiled by their spouse. And then when she now called and said, well done, no, thank Oga, thank your husband. They said, which husband? I did everything myself to make myself happy. And then they posted it online and people are thinking, the man did this, not knowing that this person have decided to make herself happy. So not all that you see is highlights. They are not reality. And why would even go on social media, especially people you can't trust? Mind you, there's always a thin line. Because if I go on social media and I'm listening to marriage talks and stuff, bet you number one will be Miles Monroe. I tell you that. And it depends. Of course, there are good materials out there. Most times you will not look at that, or you'll not find those ones. It's the silly ones you just be seeing, and then ideas start growing in your mind, and then you go home and start fighting your husband, your wife. Let's be wise, really. Let's be wise. Let's not be foolish, so to say. So they're highlights, they're not reality. Again, celebrate your unique journey. This is very important. Every marriage has its own timeline and purpose. You need to work that out together, not by comparing what you have with what you're seeing out there. Because you compare, you're still coming home to stay in this marriage. You're still coming home to work on this marriage. So why not sit and do that and stop wasting time comparing yourself to other people? Again, communicate openly, discuss expectations without comparing your partner to others. Oh, honey, I would appreciate if you can do more of this. Don't say, I appreciate if you can do more like Mr. John or Mrs. F. There's a difference there. If you want a spouse to communicate with you openly, be mindful how you communicate with them. Effective communication matters. Discuss expectations without comparing your partner to other people. Did you not see how my dad handled that situation? Why can't you handle it like that? Hey, they are not your dad. Okay? Cut them some slack. Grace. Deal with them with grace. Again, build each other up. It's not one-sided. As the man is building the wife ought to be building the man as well. Encourage your spouse instead of criticizing them based on others. They may have been 5 running that race and your spouse is just forthcoming, so to say. Does not mean, look at your mates. Look at what they've done. Look at what they've achieved. You're still here. Hey, please. Where they are at, it took effort as well. Appreciate that. Build each other up, especially with our words. It's very important. You can say a word to a woman, for example, and all the anger, all the bitterness and all of it will just melt away. And you can say a word to a woman, all that anger will escalate to hatred if care is not taken. So what words are we saying to one another to build each other up? It's very important. Instead of comparing or criticizing, it kills confidence. Yes, it does. And again, trust God's plan. Your marriage does not need to look like anyone else. Oh, trust me, it doesn't have to. God's plan for your relationship is unique. Therefore, seek Him. Father, we are at this junction now. Hey, if you don't cross together, that means somebody will cross, somebody will not. God help us. Because I know some will say, even as they're praying, my goodness, but Lord, you help Mr. A to day. Why can't you help my husband? Even in presence of God, you're still comparing your spouse to somebody else. And our words, it matters. So do you trust God's plan? Do you even know God's plan for your marriage? Do you talk about what you feel? What you hear, what you sense, what picture God has showed you about your marriage? That is what you should compare to. Are we there yet? What can we do better to get in there? Not comparing to other people. They're running their own marriage race, so to say. Let's run yours. Again, developing contentment. It's a discipline that a lot of people are lacking. Some people, sometimes they find themselves in infidelity and what have you. First, you find out that their level of discipline in terms of being content. Oh, your wife, your husband did not do this. The next minute, anybody that comes your way, you just bam like that. And what have you achieved by doing that? Are you even content? Because if you're not content with your spouse, you go out there. Tendency is you keep going out there because you're never going to be content. It's a discipline that everyone needs to inculcate into their daily living. Contentment does not mean settling for less, don't get me wrong. It simply means appreciating what you have while growing together. Like I said, no perfect person, no perfect husband, no perfect wife. You're going to grow old together and you're going to see layers on top of layers of each other as you're growing in that journey called marriage. Contentment allows couples to enjoy their journey. If you're contented, you find out that it's rough, it's tough, but you're in there and you're going to enjoy that journey if you focus on your own marriage. It will reduce unnecessary pressure when you allow satisfaction, when you allow contentment to stay. You will not put yourself under unnecessary pressure. This couple did this today, and we have to do it. Just live your life. And whatever you do will come at its own time. Contentment allows couples to strengthen emotional connection. Because you're there, you're content, you're focused. And your spouse, whatever it is they're saying, you're focused on there. Even if you don't understand, you're there. You're going to bring about more emotional connection with your spouse. Because they know that even though they don't understand, but the comforting words, the support that they get, honestly will bond you more emotionally. So let's look at healthy inspiration. That's why I said there's always a thin line, but I'm going to mention this. Healthy inspiration versus unhealthy comparison. Yeah? Healthy inspiration versus unhealthy comparison. So it is important to distinguish between inspiration and comparison. Learning from others in a positive way. Learning, especially those who have been married way ahead of you. Be mindful because there's a thin line there. If you don't get it, you will start comparing. Good evening, Mariam. Oh, my disciple, good evening, greater works. So inspiration is learning from others in a positive way. It's different from comparison. Feeling inadequate because of others, inspiration motivates, comparison discourages. So when you're inspired by other couple, and it depends, that's the mind, is the way your mind is working towards this. You see what you like in a couple and you be like, we can do better, but not like, can't you be like them? There's a thin line there, and if you don't get that inspiration, we will get comparison. Of course, I've seen couples gone ahead. I'll be like, and I've got friends as well. I've got relatives. I say, wow, Father, the grace to not be angry. The grace to be calm in the midst of the storm. give unto me, just like I've seen in that person. It's a positive thing to emulate. But then, even at that, my own grace will be different from theirs still. So I'm not comparing that, by force, by fire, yeah, your level of must be. No, you've seen that. That's why I said there's a thin line there. Learning from others in a positive way to better your relationship. It's different when you compare, because it makes you feel inadequate because of what others are doing. And we don't want that. That is not God's plan for any husband or any wife. So inspiration will motivate you to do positively better, if I can say it that way, whilst comparison will bring discouragement, meaning you can never be as calm as this person you're comparing, rather than say, I need to be, except you don't want to be calm as a person, it's up to you. But I just hope we understand that in this talk as well, there can be inspiration to do better as a husband, to do better as a wife, but not comparing yourself to them, whoever it is that is inspiring you. I just hope we get that understanding. So I'm going to conclude by saying comparison is one of the quickest threats to a healthy marriage. So let's check our marriages. Are we comparing to other marriages out there? And is it bringing peace and harmony in our homes? Okay. So it is a very, like I said, it sounds subtle, but it's a quietest threat to a healthy marriage. It slowly replaces gratitude with dissatisfaction. Because when you're not grateful, of course, you'll be dissatisfied, and then you compare, and then you go extra mile and do all of these things that is not required of you. You're just wasting energy. GBH Bids, I see you. Good evening. Appreciation with criticism. Yeah? It will slowly replace that. Instead of appreciating your spouse, you start criticizing everything they're doing. And again, you start, connection will replace competition if care is not taken. Because you're always competing to meet up with whoever you've been told you should be like, or whoever it is you feel you should be like, whatever. Connection with competition is what you will get. Instead of connection, you'll be competing. And this is very draining. But a strong marriage is not built on comparison, like I've said. It is built on love. It is built on acceptance. It is built on effective communication. It is built on discipline, contentment. Remember, your marriage is unique. Your journey is different. Your growth is personal. So when couples choose to focus on their own relationship rather than comparing with others, they build stronger, healthier, and more fulfilling marriages. And they can even pass this on to the next generation as well. So let us guard our hearts. Let's appreciate our partners some more and build marriages rooted in love and not comparison. Now mic dropped. So, having said all this, we're going to discuss 2 questions today. And the first one is, how can comparison create conflict or resentment in a relationship? So let's think deeply. I've said quite a number, but we can expand this some more so we understand the dangers of it. And again, number 2 question is, in what ways has modern culture or social media increased comparison? In what ways has modern culture or social media increased comparison? Guys, thank you so much for listening. Alima, I see you. Ruth, good evening. Let this light that's within me shine to the whole world, Good evening, Mom. You're welcome. Thank you guys for listening. Remember, even the Bible says we are foolish if we compare one another to another. You know, everybody's got a unique journey, the unique purpose. Your marriage is not by accident. You said I do. God gave you the grace to choosing that person, and you've chosen them. Like I said, they are gifts for you for life until Christ comes or death do you part. You keep unraveling, unwrapping different layers of your spouse. Some you like, some you don't like, some you just have to compromise, some you just have to understand, but you're in there contented and focused. ID Delight, I see you. Good evening. So I have done my bit. Once again, thank you to everyone joining us. Like I said, Insight is 2 years. It was 2 years yesterday because we were not live yesterday. So we're here today. 2 years of God's grace, God's mercy, God's enablement. Honestly, it has been God all the way. And God really for these amazing topics. He's mandated me to come and talk about here just to help marriages out there, because his plan, I can bet heavens are not happy with the rate marriages are breaking up, and he has given me this burden to carry. In 2 years we're in here on Insight, week in, week out, talking about issues marriages are facing, looking for strategies to cope in, using the word of God. And God has been faithful for 2 years. 2 years of God's faithfulness. I am indeed blessed. Thank you so much. I'm going into the meeting. We'll come back. Okay, admissions. All right. If you come back, please let me know. Onoye, I see you. So send me invite. Let us talk some more about this. How can comparison create conflict or resentment in a marriage relationship? And in what ways has modern culture or social media increased comparison? So let's see who is there. Or you can send an invite, at least before I reach you. Oh, sorry, admissions, I've clicked on your one, but it's okay. Stanley, I see you. I hope you're going to come up. It's amazing, yeah. Marriage and comparison. Okay. Jacqueline, I see you. Good evening. I see you. Disciple Miriam, you can come up if you wish to. So admissions, you don't have to acknowledge that because I've just clicked on it before realizing you sent. Oh, you're at work, Providence. All right, okay, thank you. Thank you for stopping by still. Happy April, happy Easter, happy Thursday, and happy anniversary to us on Insight as well. Thank you so much. So I'm going to wait for a few of us to come into the box. Let's talk about this. I want to believe, yeah, it might be somewhat of a sensitive talk because these are things, I mean, it sounds like, why should this be a problem? But you find out that, yeah, spouses, couples, they compare each other to other people. And then you're married to this person. Can you not see them as they are? You know, in their weaknesses, in their strength, because nobody's perfect. Even those couples you're comparing yourself with, if they sat you down they will tell you the things they're also struggling with. Africa, I see you. You'll be shocked. You'll be surprised. You even thank God for your life, for your spouse. You know, you will thank God for your spouse. So it takes a lot of discipline, a lot of focus, a lot of contentment to be in that marriage relationship without, comparing one another to other people. Darling, I see you. Yes, I hope you're good as well. Okay, I will send this again. Elder Kenneth, I can see you there. I don't know what's gone wrong. I hope we're all okay to come into the box. Please send me a thumbs up if you have received the invite, because I won't know if there's any technical glitches here and there. Okay. Providence, I hope you are good as well. Darling, thank you so much for joining us here. We're talking about marriage and comparison. And I've said quite a number of things. You know, every marriage journey is different. It's always different. And then again, the influence of social media. We need to be mindful. We know that social media is here to stay, but what are we feeding ourselves off of it? What are the things we see on there? Because some people, they will see how wives are treating husbands or husbands are treating wife, and they will take that and bring it to their home and they start doing the same, and then there will be problems, and they can't see past the fact that whatever it is they're doing wrong now, they got from social media. So why can't you get the positive habits, positive ways or behaviors, to come and sample that with your spouse, so to say, why the not so good one that will bring conflict, that will bring issues. Yeah, okay. I don't know. I hope there's no issue tonight. I see you. But otherwise, I think my work is done here tonight. I have my puzzle from Thursday last week, because I wasn't here on Monday, so we didn't bring it. It's a riddle, which I hope that's not why people have are not showing up today, but I get it. It's busy, Easter coming, programs here and there. Be joined, is that your name? Be joined. Wow. Tayo, I see you. Good evening. Welcome to Insight. We're talking about marriage and comparison tonight. Tweenie and family, happy Thursday to you. I see you as well. Sarah, I see you. Bringing hope and make you feel alright. Rainbow, the promise, the future. The one that sometimes fascinates me is when husbands want their wife to be certain sizes. You think all husbands want their wife to be like their neighbor's wife that is size, hourglass. Some will say, I want you to be chubby. So start eating. And the woman is wondering, why do you want me to be big? Lilies, I see you. How are you, Queen? I hope you're good. And you'll be wondering, why does my husband or my wife want me to be? Some women will even say to their husband, can't you grow pot belly like our neighbor's husband? People will think you're a big man or you're very influential. You need to grow pot belly. There's so many things that, it sounds funny, but these are realities, and these are little things that becomes a mountain in a marriage. Mommy Ruthie, I see you. Shan, good evening. So it's amazing how it may sound funny, yet it's bringing about conflict in a marriage. I mean, how can you want your husband to grow pot belly? Meanwhile, those who have pot belly are trying to have six-pack. But you're comparing your husband, you want them to have pot belly so that they will think, they are very influential in the society. Stature matters. And then you'll be wondering. I think it was my husband that shared with me, somebody that said they refused to marry this man because ever since they've been courting, she will go and make sure to cook all the time. And this man refused to grow pot belly. And she said, from where she comes from, you must marry a man with pot belly. It was so funny. I said, is that real or is just a story? Well, greetings to you, my dear sis. Amazing, the things you compare. The things you compare. Not if you actually sit down and think about it, would you want someone with pot belly? I'm not saying there's anything wrong with them. But why would you now, because of culture, because of what the society have said to her, if you don't marry a man with pot belly, they will look down on you. And then this is now their focus. They're looking for that man. The first thing is, let's see, does he have a pot belly? No, they don't want. And some might actually miss the bone of their bone, the flesh of their flesh in that way. And some are looking for, maybe I should not tell my story. When I got married, I was a size 6, I think. Yeah, 6. By the time I had the first time, bam, straight here, I'm like, that's 14. Even me, I was getting so big, I said, what is the matter? Of course, my parents, they're not thin as such, but these things could be in the genes. But then, I'm like, no, I better watch it. and then health challenge will come your way that might even straighten you up. I know some people, there's nothing this lady will eat. She will never be, she just as slim as you. And they also like, she can eat for Africa. She will never, she doesn't, and she herself wants to be fat. She wants to be chubby, but nothing she eats was doing that for her. And it almost became a burden. What is it? Are you comparing yourself to somebody? Say, she feels her husband likes chubby women, because every time he compliments whoever, they're always chubby, but she's not chubby. And now her focus is to be chubby. And I'm wondering, you don't know that maybe when you become chubby, you now start resenting chubby people, and then including you yourself. So you really need to be yourself. Stop comparing yourself. Spouses, stop comparing your spouse to whoever it is. Yeah, they're doing whatever. Okay. What is your own spouse doing that at least you can say well done to? Focus more on that, because it can never be whoever. They are themselves, and they're growing in themselves. So we need to be mindful, otherwise it will create problem. Imagine you come back from work, your wife sitting sad. What's the matter, my dear? Is it not chubby women you keep looking? I've eaten everything and I'm still as thin as ever. And that becomes a problem. And there's nothing that man will say, I love you just the way you are. It's a lie, oh. No. They enter kitchen again, they start eating. Imagine the stress. Imagine that stress. Mentally, it's draining. Astronaut, I see you. So I don't know, I've invited quite a number of people. I don't know what's happened. Elder Kenneth, Shan is even gone now. Let me bring, I want to believe it's some technical stuff, but it's all good. I might have to just come and repost the video for tonight. I haven't done so in a while, but it's all good. Ayo, I see you. Otumba, good evening. It's amazing. It's amazing how we compare. And these things, they're not helping us to grow as a couple in our own marriages. Don Ambi, I see you. Husbands comparing their wives to somebody else, wives comparing their husbands to somebody else. That cannot really bring peace in that home, and that would not even help them to connect or bond together as a couple. So it's very important that we stay focused. Like I said, be disciplined. You have chosen this person yourself. You want to spend the rest of your life with them. Stop comparing them to your ex. Stop comparing them to your father. Stop comparing them to your sister. Can you marry your sister? It's not possible. Even if you marry your sister, you will have your issues in there. So whatever issues you're facing with your spouse, deal with it with them. And don't compare them to your neighbor's wife, your neighbor's husband. This is not going to promote any form of peace in your home. Know that. Shan, good evening. Happy April. I hope you're good. I don't know what's happening. Shan, send an invite. Let me see. I don't know, maybe there's a blockage or something tonight, but it's all good. Let's see. Yeah, I've sent it out. Elder Kenneth, can you hear me? Let me see a thumbs up if you can hear me. Hi, Shan. So the other time it won't let you come in. Now you're the only one that has come into the box. Are you actually in the box? Good evening. How are you?
I am fair. Good evening.
Hey, it's good to see you. Good to hear you. Happy April to you.
Happy April to you too.
Okay,
Happy
you can
to
hear.
be here.
I know. Another month started. And guess what? Insight is 2 as well. We were 2 yesterday, but because, we only come on Mondays and Thursdays. So 1st of April 2024 was when we started the first Insight. And yeah, so this is 2
Wow.
years. I know,
Wow.
2 years.
We
Yes.
are celebrating.
Yes, so
We
indeed.
thank
Thank
God.
God. Thank
Still,
God.
we are still here. We are still here.
We're still growing. Yeah. Okay, ma'am, you can hear me. Okay, that's good. At least I know she can hear me as well. Yeah, please send an invite. Let's talk some more about this. It's a crucial one. We're talking about comparison, marriage, and comparison, and the dangers in that. We've highlighted one or two, but we can still, talk some more. How can comparison create conflict or resentment in a relationship? Because it can easily be done, trust me. So I don't know. I'll try to. Thank you, Stanley. I see you there. This happened, Miriam. I see you there. Okay. Yeah, so Chan, we can just gist. I don't know what's happening, but it's fine. I've given my talk. Perhaps I will just come and repost the video later.
Oh, you mean it's not accepting other people in?
I wouldn't even know. I mean, I invited about 8 people and they're all gone.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Maybe
okay.
it's the same thing he did to me last time. Remember, I
I
tried
can
several
see
times.
I can see Elder Kenneth and I've invited him as well. I don't know if he's seeing it. There's something I'm sensing there's something. Yeah. But yeah, it's fine. I hope your day has been good.
Yeah, it's been, I wouldn't say that good. I think last was it on Tuesday I missed. We got evacuated
Oh
from the
wow.
university. There were threats of us also being attacked by Iran in revenge of,
Mm,
the schools in Iran also being attacked. So we had to be sent away very, very far, like deep village with no network even.
wow.
Safety, yeah. So I just returned yesterday.
Oh, they brought you back.
Yeah, they brought us back to the university, but now I think next week they'll be sending all international students back to their countries. So we'll be going back home for
Wow.
now. Yeah.
I mean, your safety matters, If one is
Yeah,
alive, one can always come back to study.
exactly, exactly. That's what the scholarship is saying. They cannot risk our lives just because of papers.
Yeah, I get that. But
But
please,
other than that, I'm fine. God is protecting me and other people.
thank God for
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you not have like Easter break?
Yeah, we have.
Okay.
Yeah, we have. Yeah. Besides studies, I've just been online. There's not been anything physical.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Because of that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we thank God for life, God sparing all our lives and keep us safe, really. All these
Always.
wars happening, I know.
Mm,
It's scary sometimes.
yeah. So about the topic, I just joined. I didn't quite get
I
a
know.
snapshot of your
So yeah,
your
we're talking
talk.
about people comparing their spouses or their marriage to other people's marriage, and thinking they're going to build a healthy relationship. I don't think that's going to be possible. So of course, I finished with my talk for today, and we're looking at two questions today. How can comparison create conflict or resentment in a relationship? And then the second one we're looking at is in what ways has modern culture or social media increased comparison? I looked at them briefly, but let's hear views.
I think when it comes to marriage and comparison, it's just like people comparing themselves with their friends, their peers.
Yeah.
Um, I think we see that happening a lot. I myself, those days, I got myself into a high level of stress. I'm thinking that, you know what, I am not at the same level as my age mates, my peers, the people I went to school with, the same class. I even passed higher than them, but now they're even somewhere far much better than I am. So such comparisons, even when it comes to marriage, it just puts one in unnecessary conflict with themselves,
Yeah.
but also with the other partner. Now in marriage, I think I don't even, you'd rather just compare maybe your own personal progress, but not marriage. And again, it's happening a lot in this modern era of social media,
Oh, tell me.
whereby, social media has made everything about life. to be perfect. You know, it's rare to find. I think when they're to do research, you find that even less than 30% people show their real selves on
Yeah.
social media. They show their real relationship on social media. And this is because no one wants to think that they're doing bad. And people don't actually tell others how they became the perfect couple that they are. People just want to show, the
Yeah.
good things, the showering of love, the love bombings, the travels, the vacations, and all that. But no one really shows what
How
happened
what happens in between those
in
ones?
between those. No one shows. Some of them even are receiving slaps today, tomorrow they go put on makeup to
Yeah.
close, to kind of seal off those slaps, maybe the wounds and all that.
Yeah.
So now in that case, it makes someone feel under pressure that, okay, what kind of relationship am I in?
Mm.
Let me say, for example, you might be having a marriage or even just dating. You're dating someone and really that person is not at some improved level of finance or economic status.
Mm.
And maybe probably the person has taken a long time. You're in this marriage 2 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, nothing seems to be moving up. But then
Yeah.
you're seeing your peers, they are enjoying. Someone got married 1 2 years, they're already having vacations, they're enjoying life, they're receiving gifts on their birthdays, cars, and all that. But you have nothing, you know. But probably the gifts they're receiving, actually, I read somewhere that actually, especially women, there
Mm.
are a lot of women who are under pressure to feel that, first of all, they're in a perfect relationship.
Yeah.
And yet, behind those, they're receiving insults, they're being cheated on, but they just want to act. Actually,
Mm.
one of the Ugandan, I won't mention her, but he's a celebrity. The guy is a musician, and she's a wife to a celebrity. But this woman has been suffering a lot of domestic violence. She
Mm.
gets beaten, and then before you know it, she's showered with gifts, and then she go and post on social media. And people might think that she's being loved. Like it's rare to find celebrities committed, but her, she's being committed to by the husband, and yet she was fighting, and it reached a point she told herself that, you know what, I am done.
Mm.
And I think around mid last year, that's when it broke social media. She came out to reveal how she was being battered, domestic violence. She involved her family, but now also she brought in a family of the husband, wanting her to conceal, not to bring it out because she's a celebrity and all that you get. And yet someone is dying on the inside, but just want to present a certain image on social media.
And
And that
those
is
are the people who are trying to copy their
copy
marriage
them. You
habits.
married, then someone will say, they will say, my role model, my role model,
Okay.
someone I look up to, but you don't know what they go through behind bars, to get all those things.
Yeah.
And then, actually, even when it's even worse when it comes to dating. A lot of people are losing better kind of relationships. I always tell this to my girlfriends. A lot of them are losing good men because they've gotten a man who, okay, I'm not saying that you should get a man who has nothing at all,
Thank you, ma'am.
but also get a man who has some a vision. Yes, he can say that, you know what, this is my plan for this is what I'm doing, to get myself out of this is what I'm going to do for our future if we get married here and then a lot of young girls are seeing their peers, their age mates out there already having even just a
All
dating
right.
level.
Thank you, ma'am.
They're dating, but they're being showered with gifts, Valentine gifts, every weekend taken out, taken for vacations, end of year vacation, and all that. But you're dating this guy, you see nothing, maybe just a mere flower, but that expensive kind of gifts, maybe gift cards, iPhones, and maybe cars, and you're not receiving it, and yet your parents are receiving. So such comparison on social media makes someone feel, you know what, I'm dating a useless guy. And yet, probably the people you're seeing on social media having it all. Most, I've dug deep again from experience. I like speaking from experience. I have a friend of mine who right now he's soaked in loans. because of showing a good image of himself as a good boyfriend, showering a girlfriend, not even just a girlfriend, like many girlfriends. Can you imagine in that situation, a fellow man will be under pressure, like, okay, I think I'm not a good man. And then the other girls will be like, okay, look at the other girl's boyfriend. He's showering her with gifts and all that, but I am not able to get one from my man. Not knowing that that boy is being soaked in debts. And with debts, what are you going to do? Probably most people, these kind of people don't even have assets. They don't have any savings. But there you're with a man who is taking it slow with you. He's giving his best, what he can afford, but probably has a very bright plan for the future and have something in future. So such comparisons, I think it's making a lot of young women lose better relationship, probably for stability and going for this love bombers. Let me just say love bombers, of which most times their intentions are even never to settle with you, you know. Probably even marriage is not in their list. They just want to enjoy life and all that and all that. So you're going to also enjoy life receiving gifts. And again, this I've seen with my friends. I always tell my friends, like, okay, even if you're rushing for someone who is giving you gifts, at least I would rather not receive a car as a gift. I know one time I tell a girlfriend of mine and she laughed at me. I was like, so you want an iPhone of about $1,600, $1,700 and then a car and all that. Wouldn't you prefer maybe getting something that you that transition into an asset, buy a land, establish a business? Because honestly, the kind of man, actually one time I told that friend of mine, I told her that man you're dating has nothing to do with you first of all, and has nothing to do with marriage or future. So, and he's just using you. So instead of him only using you, you also use him, not for iPhones, not for cars, but for assets for yourself. Because while it lasts, utilize it, because when it ends, you're going to be in tears. But again, tears crying with a phone. A phone is not an asset. Phone is a liability. You need data, you need repairs and all that and all that. A car is a liability, you know. But in such instances, a lot of people will be under pressure, think, ah, my man is not giving me, you're a useless man, you're this. But people are going behind doors, people are, having loans. Some of them are even, being cheated on every single day, but they're just there because they want something in return. But you who is having a genuine partner, a genuine boyfriend who is intentional about you, put yourself under pressure, put himself under pressure because he's not giving you what other girls are receiving, and then you lose it. And that is social media for you. And when it comes to causing conflict, of course, it's comparison. Comparison has again made a lot of people lose a relationship, because you're going to compare your man to another man, and probably you're even going to involve a conversation telling him, you know what, you're like this, look at what other people are doing, you're not doing, what kind of man are you? He's taking care of the other girl, look at how that girl treats the man. Then in the whole process you're going to exchange, and then you're going to be looking at each other as if you're actually not even compatible, just because of one or two things that you're unable to give each other, and other people are showing it off that they're getting. And yet it's just something very, very small that is being influenced from the outsiders. And then probably when it comes to conflict, of course, conflict, and when not solved, you're bound to, break up in that relationship. So social media, I think, has become a very, very, very big factor, because people are showing fake smiles, putting on filters. Even girls, some of the women are even sponsoring all those gifts by themselves, just to make it feel like, they're in a perfect relationship. Same thing as men. So no one is actually real when it comes to social media and relationships, and that is killing a lot of potential good relationships. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Shan. In fact, spot on. Fine, I know you're coming from that angle of those who are dating, hopefully it turns to a marriage. I've seen some few clips here and there as well about the girl disturbing. Can you not see how John is spoiling the girlfriend? Can you not, comparing? Like, can't you just be like? And the same thing goes for some married people. They compare their spouse to another person outside, or both of them, in that marriage, they compare their marriage to another person's marriage. Can't we do things like, and you're comparing all the time. Mind you, your own marriage is unique in its own way. And if you don't learn to be disciplined in there, to be focused in there, that's when issues start happening. So thank you, Shan, your submission as well. Thank you so much. I'm gonna come to TJ. Hey, it's been a long day.
Evening.
Longest one. How are you? Hey, I hope you're
I'm
good.
doing well.
It's
Yes,
good to
I
have
am.
Good to have you on here today. Good. How's the family? Happy Easter, happy April,
Same
happy
to you.
Thursday, and happy 2 years of insight today. We're too, by the grace of God.
Excellent. Congratulations.
Thank you. So, yeah, this is what we're talking about today, marriage and comparison. And we have two questions we're deliberating on to bring more understanding, for us to reflect some more. Because sometimes these topics sound a bit subtle, but we find out that it's creating big issues in marriage relationships. Because I've heard some, I've counseled some, and some things you would hear, you would just have to hold your head and say, why are they letting this, affect them? But obviously it's affecting them. So how can comparison create conflict or resentment in a relationship? One, and then we're looking at in what ways has modern culture or social media increased comparison? So the floor is yours. Let's hear your views.
Well, I think it's important to start by saying that no two marriages are the same, because no two individuals are the same. People come from different backgrounds.
Yeah.
People come from different upbringings, and they bring all that baggage into the marriage. So it's not, no two marriages are the same, but it's important in saying that, though, to also say that there are principles that cut across marriages that can help marriages become better. Um, also bearing in mind, the nuances and the differences between the individuals. So, I mean, comparison is can be a double-edged sword. Can be a good thing, can be a bad
I
thing.
mentioned that as
I-
well
I-
because, yeah.
I- in the sense that if you are comparing to try and see what you like in other people's marriages that you want to introduce into yours, then it's a bit of self development, or should I say,
It's,
marriage development,
I,
where
I
you can
call
have a
that
conversation.
inspiration because it's a positive move, not the
Is a positive.
negative one. Yeah.
That's right. So it can be, if you're inspired by somebody else's journey. However, even being inspired,
Yeah.
you have to sit down and try and understand how they got there, and not just take it on the surface, because like the other lady said earlier on, there are so many uh things in the backstory of where people arrived or how they arrived at where they're at that you might not be preview to. So, but it's not necessarily a bad thing to see what you like and say, look, we can actually do this. For example, there are couples that go on dates. If you're in a marriage where you don't go on dates, if you sit down and you say to your husband or your wife, can we just date? And but what does that bring? Understanding the importance of that within the context of a marriage. It's not comparing your marriage to somebody else. It's like trying to incorporate something that makes it better. So I think, um, you know, aspiring and to become better by looking at what other people are doing is not necessarily a bad thing. But comparing individuals, character traits, um, comparing how somebody looks, your spouse looks, or comparing what they have in terms of uh, you know, material things to other people. Some,
TJ, you hear statements like, why can't you be like, some will even say, why can't you be like my father? Or why can't you be like my sister?
But again, often at times, this is situations that arise because, you know, over the period of a marriage, people change, their
Yeah.
needs change, and often at times at the beginning of it as well, these weren't discussed in terms of what are the expectations that you have of one another. And when things aren't discussed properly, there's always misalignment of expectations.
Mm-hmm.
So in those kind of situations, um, what we advise couples to do is to have a conversation about it rather than looking at your partner as the devil, as somebody who doesn't want to help out or who doesn't want to step up, like some would say. It's important to have a conversation about your expectations of one another, level set and baseline that, and then move from there on, right? So, coming to your second bit about social media, I mean, everything on social media is for show, and people often put stuff out there just so that they can
Attract
present.
followers or
Well, some of it is just to try and present themselves as ideals, right? And often at times that is just the surface of the whole thing, like somebody said earlier. I think the social media has a huge impact on us because on social media you're either selling something or you are the person being sold to on social media. So if you're not selling anything on there, it's pretty much an advertising platform, and people go on there to advertise anything. Sometimes they advertise good things, they advertise bad things. So you have to be able to decipher between, what you're looking for and what is good and what is bad. But social media is affecting people because there's a lot of content on there that paints the ideals of marriages that does not talk to the reality on ground, and considering the differences between human beings and the individuality aspect of it. However, you know, social media only affects your family if you allow it to affect your marriage. Nobody can enter your house if you don't let them in, right? And social media is something that people spend a lot of time on and get a lot of information from, and never really fact check what they see. So it's important. Yeah, it's important to speak to professionals like yourselves who are in the business of relationships and helping people and counseling people rather than taking down social media. So, and that's my teeny bit really on the topic.
Thank you so much. Thank you. It's amazing. Sometimes this one is what husband and wife have caused for themselves, maybe because they're lavish way of living and they have this particular idolized couple out there. They just want to do everything this particular couple are doing and not minding the fact that it's bringing havoc in their own home. So that's where that comparison is. We must be like the Joneses. Our marriage must reflect these people's kind of marriage. And there's a lot. Even those people find they're showing off. If they sit you down to tell you what they've gone through to get in there, you'll be amazed. Like, all that, and dare to just want to, idolize them and bring all sorts into your marriage. So we really have to be careful and be mindful. Otherwise, it might break, a husband and wife apart. Thank you, TJ, for your submission. So I'm going to come to A13. Good evening. Gracias. Let me just give you for being there as well. Thank you so much. So Prince, I'm going to come to you. I think the TikToker has been kind enough to let you be in the box today. Good evening, Prince. How are you? So you have to unmute so we can hear you.
I am blessed and highly favored. It's an honor.
Thank God. And thank you for staying by as well, because I see it's always like a struggle every time we bring you on. But thank God for today.
Yes, I'm always doing one thing or the other, so I tend not to stay in one place.
Oh, okay.
That's why. Yeah.
So
Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. So we're talking about this marriage and comparison. I don't know what's come up for you, what you want to share with us, or you want to talk about, the kind of conflict it can create in a marriage relationship if it's in there.
I just want to add to what has been said. The last speaker really took lot of my points, but
Oh,
what I'm going to say is two cannot work together unless they agree.
yeah.
It takes two to tango, two in Christ, because Christ is the author of marriage.
Mm,
Okay, let that sink in a bit. If you're not friends with your spouse,
mm,
your wife, there's possibility that your spouse will make friends with other ladies,
mm,
and you're supposed to be in charge of your home as unto Christ, that you're responsible to. Uh, Women are emotional, men are logical.
yep.
And what I'm trying to say is whatever happens in your marriage,
Mm,
it's because you have allowed it to. Normally, as a priest, you are supposed to be in contact with your father and bring your family up, come up here to where I'm at. Most of our gentlemen that have been married are guilty of that. You can't really blame us because we are chasing our careers. We want our families to be okay.
mm,
So the spiritual aspect of things we sometimes
yeah.
overlook.
Mhm,
Unless he builds a house, all that labor to build does so in vain.
yeah.
It will not stand.
Mm,
Uh, I'm going to also digress a bit.
okay.
A lot of people are traumatized
Mm,
even before they got married, because I'm married, so I can only tell you from that aspect.
yeah.
Before they got married, and if they are not willing to let go and let situation get the best of them, it
Mm,
will affect the way they are reacting to
their
their
partner.
spouse at home. So what I'm also trying to say is, the letter kill it, but the word of God gives life.
Yep.
We as children of God are supposed to do whatsoever we do based on the word of God. We can't miss it if we
Mm,
have the word in us.
yeah.
Uh, so the fact that, yes, my wife is being influenced by our colleagues at work does not mean she will stand by that, because she knows what the word of God says, and she knows that I love her and she can talk to me about anything. So she will not take whatsoever she's been taught that is not in line with what we're supposed to do at home. But
Mm,
she will come and relate to me, hey, this is what's happening, or what do you think? And
mhm.
I know that women do talk, and they will tell you exactly what happened when they left home, what happened at the bus stop, or what happened at the junction when they were driving,
We're
what happened at work.
detailed. Pay
Exactly.
attention to detail.
Exactly. And when you try to listen
Mm,
to your spouse, it builds relations. Uh, it builds communion. It
yeah.
builds relationship. It
Connection. Yeah.
builds trust, and it builds friendship,
Mhm.
and that will help to enhance and build the home
Yeah.
bonding. Once there is bonding, and there is unity, and there is love, and
Mm,
there's accountability
mhm,
and responsibility to each other,
mhm.
there is no external force that can penetrate what God has joined together. Let
Yeah.
no man put asunder.
Let no
So that is
social
how I,
media put us under.
yeah. So let me just try to explain like that.
Okay.
The way I went round and round to just explain that the onus is on who has the mantle. Who has the mantle has the onus to make sure that things go right. And then the helpmate will help to work it out. Even in relationship, you need to be able to understand your boyfriend and your girlfriend, and you need to respect and be held accountable of whatever you do based on the word of God. And so that's just my little contribution. I hope you understand
Yes,
how
we
I stand.
do. Thank you so much. Taking responsibility. And if you have that friendship, that bond connection with your spouse, comparison will not even be a thing to entertain at all. So I get you. Thank you so much, Prince, for your contribution. Thank you. So I'm going to come to our elder, one of our elders, Elder Adegbenga. Good evening to you. You're welcome, sir. Happy April, happy Thursday, happy Easter in advance. I hope you're there, Elder. Elder Adegbenga. I'm sure it's not past your bedtime. Just kidding. Good evening. Are you there? Let me see. Okay, so maybe I'll come to Elder Kenneth. I'm not sure I've seen any message from him. Elder Kenneth, good evening. Are you there as well? Happy April to you, to everyone actually. You can put on the chat if you're not able to talk right now.
Is it me now or Edagbenga?
Yeah, it's you. So I'm not sure whether Elder Adegbenga can speak.
All right. Good evening, everybody. Good evening, us.
Good evening. Happy Thursday.
Okay, where do I start from? For the comparison or concerning marriage, or because
Yes.
every one of us, when we first got married, I believe that this thing is there. I will not hide it. When I first got married, I was comparing, my hairs is like this, my hairs don't used to do this, my hairs don't used to do it, until I get to the understanding of marriage. When you keep doing that, you are wrong. Because God created everybody in a different way. Whatever your heirs know, that is for your heirs, and whatever your wife know, that is for your wife. So we cannot be comparing our heirs to our wife. It's very dangerous, and it brings disliking, and it brings a form of disrespect to me. That is why we must not do that, because God have said it. This is your bone of your bone and your flesh of your flesh. Whatever that is not doing right, you have the authority now to correct it, and you have the authority now to teach as well. There are some things I'm not doing well at that. When we first got married as well, she said to me she don't like it, and I put an end to it. You understand? Then for me, comparing my heirs to her is not good. So I learned that very quickly. I think it's one of the things that help us today. I don't look all those things anymore. Whatever that is not right, I try to tell her, you need to do work on this. Whatever she sees that is not good in me as well, you need to work on mostly characters and the way we speak at times. So I think that is the best way to correct than comparing one another, because God created everybody in his own image and likeness, and he put that inbuilt thing in us. So everybody were not created in the same way. We are different, but we are created by one God. So for me, I quickly put an end early in my marriage. If not, by today, maybe I'll be seen sleeping in the car or looking for me to settle down. So we thank God for that. So to
Well,
the young ones,
Elder Kenneth, I appreciate the fact that you're talking about you as a person, and that. Do you know that there's some couple that they will compare their marriage to other people's marriage?
yeah,
What can't we be like these people, or is not
they
enough
do.
what we're doing, or something as well,
Yeah, they do as well.
Yeah.
They do.
Not wise.
But it's not the best. It's not helping. It's not helping. It's causing damage.
Yeah.
And when that damage starts coming, through there you get this thing that the divorce thing of a thing. That's why we need to be mindful of our word and be mindful of whatever we know thought that we know that is not right. You can use wisdom to correct it. You can use love to correct it. That is why it's important that we must work together as a team. We don't shame body like look, for instance, when my wife started giving birth, she was clean the later now. Things got put adding more weight and weight and weight. But today now she's looking good to the glory of God after Terry. So that is the thing. Everybody must work to it. It's a teamwork something. It's not one person something. You don't body shame anybody. So for me, I'll say comparison is not helping in marriage. And the young ones that is coming up quickly, if you get married, work on yourself and work on your husband as well or your wife as well, so that you don't compare anything that you see outside. Some of them you see outside there is not true. It's not true. They're just forming it to pepper people. But as a Christian, we need to walk our own with the purity and the love of the Lord. That is my own submission. God bless you all.
Thank you, sir. Yes, indeed, we have to work on ourselves because, we're not getting any younger. Certain things say, all things have passed away. Behold, all things have become new. So compare your spouse to your spouse. Let them be a better version of themselves, not somebody, out there. Sometimes you compare your spouse. Can't you just be like my mother, or can't you just be like my friend, or be like somebody? No, because they are themselves. So let's work together. It's one of the things I said when I was giving my lecture. Let us help one another, build each other up. Nobody is perfect. No perfect husband, no perfect wife. But let's help build each other. And God has showed us how we can do that in love, being patient, being kind. And in so many ways that we can help build each other up instead of comparing each other to other people. Thank you, sir, for your submission. So, Elder Adibinga, I'm going to come to you. Thank you so much.
Good evening, Owls, and thank you for having me.
Thank you, Debbie.
Oh, Debbie Gazi, that's lovely.
It's our second anniversary. I know, we're not doing anything elaborate as such, but we're grateful to God. Insight was 2 years yesterday, actually, but we don't come on Wednesdays. So we take it as our official day just to say thank God for 2 years and we're still standing strong. So just so you're aware.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, sorry I missed the, what's it called, the presentation, but I was privileged to listen to a couple of people's submission. Marriage and comparison.
Yeah.
Well, the very important thing in marriage is contentment.
Yes. Indeed.
It is not at the beginning, it is when you get in it. And ability to work as a teammate, to develop one another. That ability is very, very, very crucial. There is no perfect man, there is no perfect woman. But are you a team player? Yeah, trust me. There is no how you can see yourself to be good, but the way your partner sees you, your partner would always want an improvement in you. And trust me, sitting down to work it out.
It's tough.
Yeah, and you need to understand where the Bible said we should learn to submit to one another.
Yeah. Ephesians 5:1, yeah.
So that area is very, very crucial to achieving this goal and objective. There is really nothing much to say about it other than be a team player. When you are a team player, believe that marriage is an institution where both man and woman are working for the progress of the family.
They're focused. Yeah.
So children would come in. What do you want them to see in your life? How do you dialogue? How do you mediate? All of these are very, very crucial.
Yeah.
And very important. Communication. There is no day we discuss about marriage without hammering on communication. So communication is very, very essential.
Effective communication.
Yeah, effective. Yeah, sorry, Gary. Effective. Thank you for that. Effective communication, because that is what you moving together with from the very beginning is not the same way you will be the year after the beginning. There's gonna be daily improvement, weekly, monthly, yearly. It is a consistent growth. Being in marriage. I've seen someone who never had a formal education, a man, married to a master degree holder. Now, what the master degree holder saw in him, nobody else sees it.
Yeah.
So there was a transaction that brought both of them together, and the master degree holder was like, "Oh, really? If you have this, what are you lacking?" And the lady sponsored the gentleman through university.
Thank you, Isa. Thank you, Harry.
The gentleman was married when he was going to uni. And the lady is always there to support him throughout. Until date, they are together. Even some people, they will tell you, "Oh, the master degree holder to a nobody. What is my father going to say? What is my mother going to say?" The passion was there. And the man was also committed to the growth. The man did not get better only for himself, but to the family. In a home, it is about the home.
What I see you. Stephanie? Yeah, go on.
So, the most important thing is for each and every one of us to be a team player. Once again. Let me leave my.
Okay, before you go, let's look at it. Maybe you might have a different perspective as well. So, in what way do you think modern culture or social media has increased comparison?
Trust me, it depends on the family's view. If the family are of social media, then what are they looking at on social media? As I am talking to you, I am a social media person, and I'm listening to Insight with FunmiRoyal.
Yay!
Now, Insight is of positive development to any home.
Thank God.
It's recommendable to anybody because it is talking from unbiased mind. So if it is such, fine, a plus for the family. And if it is a a clubbing activity where you see a man going to the club to meet another woman to have an extramarital affair, that is of a negative impact. So it depends on the family's view.
Okay.
Is there any other question?
Yeah, that's it. That's it pretty much. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your contribution.
Thank you.
So, what are we feeding our mind? What are we feeding our marriage? Because it's very important and it takes two. So, if one is feeding unhealthy tips and that, the other person should call them back. And that's why, two can chase 10,000, two can chase a lot. So, we have to do the work, like Elder Adebenga has said. You have to put in the work, you have to be disciplined, you have to be contented with whatever it is you have, such that you're not comparing your spouse to somebody else outside, or you're comparing your whole marriage to another marriage out there. There's only one unique marriage with you. Make sure you're doing what you're meant to do. So thank you, Elder Adebenga. I'm going to come to Debbie because I know people have come in and out of that box. Debbie, good evening. Hey. Are you not able to talk now? Debbie?
Good evening, my lady.
Good evening. How are you?
Good evening, everyone.
What did she say? What is she saying?
She needs to use her own mouth to say. Drive me. If not, I'm not quiet today.
Adasa, good evening. How are you?
Your Excellency, ma, I hope you are much better. How are you?
I'm much, much better because even today I was contemplating, but I said, let me come here. It's like I'm still
The
floating,
Lord
but
is your
I'm here.
strength.
Amen.
The Lord is your
Amen.
strength. I caught Debbie praying for you. I asked what happened. She said your voice is going higher. That's how
Yay.
I knew.
It is well. Amen. I receive all the prayers. Thank you so much for the encouragement. I really appreciate it. I didn't hear what you said initially. That was why I said, what did you say? So I don't know exactly
I
what
think
the
you should drive
our
me.
topic.
If not, I'm not going to be quiet so that she can talk.
Okay. Well, thank you. I hope you're good yourself, Adasa.
Everything is fine here, ma. Thank you, ma.
God, good to hear from you. So, Elder Debbie, let's hear you. We're talking about marriage and comparison. How can it create conflict? And then how can it, I mean, how does social media, what does it play, the impact it plays on that as well?
How can comparison?
Create conflict or resentment in a relationship.
Ah, when we say comparison, Debbie, don't come with your. Mr. Leslie is not here today. I don't know if he's praying
Yeah,
for me.
he's here, he's on top of your box even.
Oh, that means he just came in.
Yeah, something
The
like
prayer is
that.
still fresh. That means his prayer. The prayer is still fresh.
But
It's
what
okay.
do you want to say now that you
Something crossed
remember
my
that
mind that if I say it out, you will just drop me from the box.
you have to be polite so that we can understand?
That's why I kept quiet now.
It's not even me that will drop you, it's TikTok that will drop you.
Okay. Okay. Comparison and marriage.
Yeah.
Well,
How
okay,
can,
let
how
me be
can
serious.
comparison create
Be serious.
conflict
Jesus
or
just died.
conflict in a relationship?
When it comes to comparison, mm, I'm not sure. I don't think it's a healthy thing. It's
Okay.
not. It's not.
Let's understand.
It's not. What I mean by it's not healthy is naturally, even what's it called, without marriage being in the picture, as human,
Yeah.
comparing yourself to another person, you can be inspired by another person, but comparing yourself to another person is not healthy
Mila for Christ, I see
at
you.
all. It's not healthy in the sense that you just be running a race that you can never win. Because number one, the personality differs. We are
Yeah.
given different talents. We are given different gifts. We have different passion. We have different journey. Our challenges is not the same.
Yeah. Thank you.
Even background is not the same. The grace on our head is not the same. Some people, before they even understand what they call good morning, or before they can open their mouth to say pa, they already they are citizen of 5 countries. But you, your mother and father, Debbie, Jesus just died. Jesus just died. Okay. God bless you. Even our taste is not the same.
Oh, yeah.
Our orientation is not, our minds, a lot of, we are not the same in everything. And when it comes to now marriage, the same way I listed it, your partner and the person you are comparing them to is not the same as that person in every way. If you like the lifestyle of that person so much, why don't you build yourself to be able to marry that? Oh, Debbie, oh, Jesus just died. Jesus. Why don't you try
Be
and
coming
build
down like
yourself
this. Be coming down
to
like this.
marry to that person? Your partner
Calm
is
down.
working their journey, that person is working their journey. Your partner is, in fact, some people, their partner is actually doing all the best. They have done all the best in their capacity in every way. There is no other best they can do. They have done all their best. The next, every other thing you are asking them is you sending them to their 6 feet, because that's all they have, they are giving you. But you now comparing them to somebody you don't even know, somebody you don't even know what they are doing behind the scene. At the end of the day, it doesn't just cause resentment. It takes away your joy. It steals your joy. It steals your joy. You are blind to every good thing your partner have to offer. You become so blind to every good thing your partner is bringing to the table. Everything they can be, everything they are, even the sacrifices they are making, you don't see it anymore. At the end of the day, I think it depends on who you are dealing with, because there are some people that you are comparing. You compare them to some state that they will just look at you, and your comparison, they leave you and move on with their life. They won't they know in their heart of heart that they've done their best. They know there's no other best they want to do. So they would rather just leave you and your comparison and say, okay, at this point, Ebenezer.
Your tent all easier.
So I think it doesn't just cause resentment. It takes away your peace, your joy, and that of your partner. Then the atmosphere in the home become toxic. On top of what? On top something you don't even know, the sacrifice. Let's say the person you are seeing.
Miller for Christ. Which one is this question? Oh, no.
Please, let that go. Let that go.
Let's focus. Yeah.
You are comparing them with someone. Let's say that person is what they are bringing on social media. Let's say that's their true self, that's their true life, but you don't know how they got there. You don't even know the journey they've been through. You don't know the challenges they are going through. You don't. Some people, they come on this social media. They are showing all the good about their life. It's true that what they are showing is what is happening in their life, but there is another part of their life that they are not showing.
And that doesn't bring balance. what they're
Some
putting
of them
out.
are on the altar of mercy, asking God for mercy, maybe on their health, on one challenge or the other that you don't know. You don't even have that challenge at all.
Mm. Mm.
You don't even have that challenge at all.
Yeah.
But you are comparing yourself, comparing your partner to that person. At the
Mm.
end of the day, what now happen? The question is, let's say you are comparing yourself to, be it you are a man or a woman, you are comparing your spouse to somebody. The person, that person's spouse, that is your own gender,
Mm.
do you know what they are going through?
Exactly. Yeah.
Do you know what that person's spouse is going through? The person you are comparing your spouse to, their own spouse, do you know what they are going through? If they pray for you that you should go through what they are going through, can you really say amen from the bottom of your heart?
I'm gonna say saying amen will be hard.
If they really show you the true picture, are you sure?
Mm.
And I'm sorry, it's not the spirit of God.
No.
It's
There's
the
no.
spirit. Once you start having that thought in your mind, you need to start praying against it.
Mm.
You need to start praying against it, because what looks like a very simple or minor thing can ruin a big thing. It can turn to a very massive thing that will ruin everything. So once you start,
Sir? Sorry,
what
Debbie, I have to cut
it's
you.
not.
I don't know. Are you able to tap? Because this thing keeps moving back and forth. So I'm not
You
sure
mean
whether
me?
it's not you. I'm talking about people in the box. Mm.
Yeah.
Does it show me tapping? Does it show me tapping? Because I've been tapping all along. Are you seeing my taps?
Mm.
It,
Oh, there's something wrong. I'm tapping continuously.
Okay, okay, I can see it's coming out now, but the way I don't know, there's some technical glitch that I think might be happening. But let's keep tapping because I don't want anybody to be dropped out, please.
I even changed my network just to be able to, and I'm tapping continuously.
There's always something on TikTok, but at least we're still hearing each other. So sorry, Debbie, go on, please.
it's okay. TikTok and their whatever. So if you know you don't know what the person's partner is going through, and you don't pray to go through what they are going through. I'm not saying they are going through anything negative, but I'm just saying the sacrifices they've made, the sacrifices they are still making, because there are some of them that they are not seeing their spouse in 2 months, in 3 months. Work have taken them somewhere. Are you that kind of person? If you cannot, please don't compare. Don't compare. Don't compare. Don't compare. Because at the end of the day, it will ruin whatever you have built, whatever you are building. And at the end of the day, you will, there is one thing about, oh, we go our separate way, and when you think about every reason why you need to go your separate way, you will see that, okay, we both try, it just didn't work. But there's another thing about when you go your separate way, you now sit down, you now realize that the reason why you dissolve your marriage does not even make sense.
They say the grass is always looking greener on the other side until you get there.
Exactly.
Debbie, do you know this
So
proverb? This Yoruba proverb. Let me say it in English. I'm sure you will understand. They say, until you get to another person's father's farm, before you realize that your own father's farm is not as big.
exactly. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I can relate with it too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that is actually true.
Yeah.
That is actually very true. Because you don't know. You don't know. So as long as you don't know, you cannot compare. As long as you don't know, you cannot compare.
At all.
And I think for the single people, I don't really have much advice to give them. The only thing I can say is if you know you have an idol in your mind and you cannot build your life to be able to meet up to even half of that kind of life you want from that idol, manage your expectation. I'm not saying it's not good to have I'm not saying it's a bad thing to have expectation. I'm saying manage your expectation. Manage your expectation because you end up marrying somebody else in your head while you are physically married to somebody else.
You'll never be contented with that.
No matter what. No matter what. And if your ex is doing something and that's the only good thing about them, because if there's everything good about them, they won't become your ex in the first place.
I wonder.
Yes. So if there's any reason why you now break up, that means but there's still one good thing about them. That does not mean you should use them as a yardstick for the other party, because there are lots of good thing about the other person that you will not or you might not get to know or meet at the end of the day, because you are holding on to one thing that does not even have that does not even have weight as much. So just for the singles, manage your expectation. For the married, the Lord is your strength, but don't compare. If it's due, insurance due, phone bill due, electric due, you can compare for prices. But when it
Go
comes to human being,
compare. Remember that site. Go compare. Compare.com or something like
yeah,
that.
yeah. So if when it comes to human being, don't do it. You might end up not getting to meet the good in that person that you are supposed to get. God help us. Happy Easter, everyone.
Thank you. I've heard her. I don't have to repeat all that she said. They said a word is enough for the wise. Just know that all that glitter isn't gold. Okay, build your own home, focus on your marriage, whatever it is you desire to see in there, put in the hard work. Speak to your spouse, whatever you expect of them. Don't just keep your expectations in your mind, in your head, and think they're going to just start behaving somehow or doing some stuff. Sit and, like Elder Adewinga said, effective communication, talk with your spouse. And if they're not having it, because I know sometimes the truth is bitter, find another way, pray about it, approach them again, because otherwise you will never be satisfied in that relationship. And this is not going to help that relationship grow the way it ought to. Thank you, Debbie. So, admissions, are you ready to speak now?
Yes, I am ready.
Yes, good evening. Thank you for coming back. Good
Thank you.
evening.
Thank you for the opportunity. Yeah, I think I've said most things through, before I went back and came back because I was privileged to listen to you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've tapped a whole lot of things there. And as I came back, I've had so much wonderful contribution and all that. We thank God for the period that we are in, this solemn period where a whole lot of us are thinking over the great gift we got. And congratulations on our 2 years. At least
Yes,
I've done
indeed.
almost a year with you now. It all started, I think, June
Oh,
last year.
wow. You see?
So thank God I'm still here. I'm still standing. Yeah.
Yay, thank you
I
so
used to
much.
be much more involved. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
So just like everyone has said, you started by even drawing that line where you said every marriage is unique. Every marriage is unique. There are no two marriages that will match
I'll be the
at
same
any
way.
period. Yeah, that's just the point. And as human being, the moment you start comparing, you and I know things will not work well. Is it that you make the other person to feel less valued, kill their confidence most of the time? If particularly if a wife compares the husband with others, there's something it does to us as men. It cuts through. It's a very, yeah, it damages your confidence and all the rest. Or sometimes it drives you too fast, and before you know it, you're struck down by all these strange disease, ailments and all that. That will even it's not the best. So I think if you have to ever compare, there should be that kind of comparison that motivates the other person. Can we do this thing this way? And like Elder said, you communicate because it's a teamwork where you have to kind of come back each time to say, what, how do we go about this? Can we go about this? I think these other people did something like this and it worked out. You can see, depending on the way you said it, you can see us get inspired to say, hey, is that what they did? Say it was that simple. And you see him to trying to go out there to find out if it was that easy. And before you know it, he's going in that direction. But if you fight him by saying, oh, you are less, it's not the best. So we should not compare. And our elder also said, Debbie, now that it's even sinful in a way. Yeah. There is no marriage without one issue or the other. I must admit. Let's not fool ourselves. I heard that comment you made about somebody who went and made a video and painted so much nice things about and placed it there. And for people, only for a friend to call and say, oh, is that what she went? No, I'm making myself happy. Wow. How many people have been deceived and misled by that kind of video? And they are everywhere. Where people come in here and say things not the way it is. Me, most of the time when I want to see anything, I first ask myself, the listeners out there, say it just the way it is. If you get bashed, you're bashed, but don't fear. I remember once I came to your program, one of the few ones when I came and I said something like, women are very powerful. I've worked my wife up to a state that allow her to make a lot of decisions because I know sometimes when she makes it, whether I'm now there or there, it works perfect. That was not achieved in one day. It was after years of working our life together and all that. And I see, even subsequent to that, I'm still testing all my submission on that day. Does it work? And I'm seeing more videos that are testing to the power in women. Deny it, man. Do anything. You're just wasting your time. They've got it. And they will not be in the hand of somebody that will. Yeah, so you just have to. They are very receptive. If you think a clever man, you go out there, you're playing on her. The moment you enter, she can feel it. She can change your perfume. She can. The antenna is working. And another thing you and I know, multitasking, they are wonderful. You need them. Without them, things will not work well. If you hold on to all those facts, then you know all you have to do is work together as a team, like Eda said, yeah, as a team, and things will always work wonderfully well. And I also like this part of it where we're seeing the marriage will be evolving. It's moving. It's moving. There will be events. You're beginning to know each other much, much, much better than you started. You're beginning to, is that each time you see one other part of them showing up, if you see it's going to lead to this thing, just stay back, watch it, watch how to approach it. And before you know it blends up again. And now you're moving. You're striding on. The events are coming. The marriage is getting better and it's getting sweeter. That's another thing. It's getting sweeter. Things that you will have been at each other's throat before, now you just laugh it off. She's beginning to say, oh, you've come with your joke again. Your jokes again. And you say, oh, you've come with you're moving on. So we're seeing all of this for those who are coming behind. At least for those of us who have done over 20 years and all the rest, we are able to. Today I've just been to my son. When they came back, I can see the way he's living. It gives me joy. And in all of this, we acknowledge the grace of God. We should not say we know how to do. If any problem comes in, I will say that go back to the one that ordained marriage. Go on your knees. Pray and ask, what do I do? What do we do? And God will always, always, always answer. That's Him for you. I remember, I will have to draw inferences from my life a lot. Because I remember once that we had a challenge and you know what it was? And as I'm praying, the answers came. And I said, oh, is that what it takes? So anytime anything comes up and I'm seeing that this is not too clear, I go back on my knees again. Can I pray? And it happens. So I'm able to tell any other it's sincerity. Hold on to that. Ask him, God, you ordained this institution called marriage. Please help me. Help me. I don't even know how to go further. And if you beat your chest that you know your partner best, you're just something will come up again that will make you feel, whoa, how much of
Me,
this woman?
you can
Yeah,
never know them until Christ
you never
comes.
know them. Yeah, you get there. There was one that I saw sometimes back. Truly, I'm like, yeah, I went on my knee. I'm like, what is this about? And it has to do with, yeah, like, why is she coming up with this? I've read this in books, I've done this, but this is here, pragmatically being displayed by, and I just prayed and left it there. A few days after, I saw the whole thing kind of changing again. I said, Baba, you're too wonderful. If that's how you do your things, I'll always come back to you and allude to the fact that you're the one that ordained marriage. Say it, let him say it to his ears, don't murmur it. Say it clearly and say, Baba, please help me. I need your grace. And you know, another thing you can do is now allude to what Baba has done for you in the same marriage in the past. When I came to you and talked about you did it, when I did list them and say, this is yet another one, please, would you help me? I can beat my chest over that before you know it, the answers come. So yeah, back to, I know there must be somebody also somewhere trying to read, yeah, and be positive, be positive, be positive. I did one thing on my wedding day that makes me know, yeah, I just came up with this. When they say I should give the vote of thanks, despite the blah blah blah, and so I just took the mic, young boy then, and I said, I'm saying it to kind of hit my friends because well, I'm like, oh, marriage is sweet. I would suggest you all, and the whole home laughed. I've not read this in book.
As if
It's
you're just new.
this my experience. The whole hall laughed, and I was, what have I said wrong? I can see my senior brother there kind of winking me and say, ah, hey, the statement you made is so pregnant. I can, but there was a part of me that said, for the whole hall to laugh, that means there was no, yeah, they'll just say this young man, hey, you never know anything.
Exactly. You don't know
But here
now.
we are. When I reflect, I say maybe that was one positive statement that I need to make because God brought us together. And the moment I sighted this woman, I knew this is the one. And I said, I'm taking one, I'll close my eyes to others. Who could have done that as a young man, if not the grace? So that statement I made, I shouldn't have made it. But somewhere along the line, instead of beating myself, I said, maybe I went, no, I'm just saying, maybe I was led to say it. And it has worked out positively. I'm giving all the glory to God. All the
Hallelujah.
glory to Him. In Jesus' mighty name, I've made this contribution and end it this way.
Thank you, admissions. I bet they'll say you come back in 10 years and tell us the same statement again if it is still true. But really, honestly, I think you just made that declaration towards your marriage. Despite the fact that everybody at that wedding may have, have series of experiences in it and all of that. But that was your own start and you chose those words. If you go back and look back those years, you find out that at some point in time that those words you said came to be your reality despite all the challenges. So yeah, it's a profound declaration as far as I'm concerned. And I thank God for your marriage as well. So thank you for that contribution. So I'm going to come to Isa. I think it's you now because House View or Isa is one of you now. I'm not sure who came in before who because that box, okay, it was CJ that was in that box before. House View, was it you that came in first or Isa? You have to help me with this one. Can you remember? Or anyone that is ready to speak, actually. Isa, good evening. How are you? Hey, you have to unmute. Okay, maybe I'll come to House View. House View, good evening. Okay, Isa, can you speak?
Yeah, I can speak now. Hi, I'm good.
Good evening. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
Oh, you sound tired like me. Yeah?
Yeah, I thought somebody else was talking.
Yes, no, I said you sound a bit tired like me.
Oh yeah, I'm in the bed.
Ah, okay.
I'm in the
No.
bed and I've got a bit of cold.
Like, oh, sorry. Even me, I'm
Yeah,
recovering. I hope at least you've heard all that has been said. I don't know, maybe there's a different angle you want us to explore, or you have your submission. Please let's hear what you have to say. We're talking about marriage and comparison.
yeah. Oh, okay. It's tricky. It's very tricky because some people they don't show the true color of what they're really going through, and people outside will envy that. They will envy what they see, but it's not really true. It's not really the reality of what they're going through. So
I
when we
totally
en- when we envy somebody, we don't really see the full story.
mm,
Yeah, we don't really see the full story, and we're not really aware of what the family might go through. Like I just posted a video about what I'm going through at the moment with my health. But people that seen other videos of mine, they might think that oh, I'm the happiest person in the life in the world. So all I wanna say is like just be you, be yourself. Enjoy the little things you have in life, because by copying and focusing on other people, you're missing out on enjoying your life. Life is too short. Yeah.
okay. Thank you, Issa. Thank you. You heard it. Focus on yourself, your marriage. Life is too short. Life is too short. You'll be amazed. Some people say, oh, we're going to live to 100 together. Some people, it's 5 years into that marriage, one of them, God calls home, and they never saw that happening. So that 5 years, have you made it hell on earth or heaven on earth for your spouse? So live each day like the tomorrow will never come. Make sure you're giving the best every day. We say these things, I know it's hard sometimes, we offend one another, all of this, like we know. And because you've chosen this person, at some point you have to forgive and move on. That's why I was sharing with my analogy. We are, in fact, we're like onions. We peel different layer, you see another layer, you peel it, you see another layer, until Christ comes or until death do you part. This is how it's meant to be. And like I say, if God knew marriage wouldn't work, I don't think he would have created it. So there you go. Thank you, Isa, for your brief submission. We appreciate
Fumi,
that.
would you
Yes?
give me chance to just, if I could drop this in here? You know,
Yeah,
you made
okay.
an analogy earlier where you said you were trying to get Yoruba. You said there's this popular saying and all.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
another one that goes this way, where we say, I think if you judge and think maybe somebody is better, and you for that leave them to go and marry another person, then they say the same way they were treated, you will be treated. If you become a second wife, a third wife, or whatever, there's this fundamental thing. You might not just know that person is not a good person, but they give you a different picture. So you go in as a second wife, you're a victim. He goes for another person, that person too will be a victim, like
Yeah.
that and that, because they are fundamentally not what they think they are. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you for that.
To be a Yoruba programmer, maybe.
That's wisdom, really. May God give us that wisdom. The person you have chosen, be there, be focused, be contented. Whatever issues you're not happy with, what say it out, because everybody can change. Some people even want to change, but they can't see what they need to change, and it takes you, their spouse, to tell them, this one, you really need to work on. And if you don't tell them, they might not even see. And that's why effective communication is very good. Otherwise, you're going to be breaking your bond, your connection, your emotional connection, and will affect the physical. And then, it escalates to all sorts just because, you're not doing your part as well. So we need to be mindful, look out for one another. Like I say, we have layers on layers of ourselves, some good, some beautiful, some ugly, some weak, some strong. So when we see the weak ones, especially, we need to help each other to work on that, and not say, Why are you so like this? You're not like that person. You're not married to that person. You're married to your spouse. Let's shift our focus back here and let's work on what we need to work on. So thank you. Okay, so I'm going to come to House View. House View, good evening. And then I'll come to We Are Stronger Together. House View, good evening.
Good evening, all. Good evening,
Good evening.
Funmi.
Happy Thursday, happy April, happy Easter in advance, happy 2 years anniversary Insight.
Oh, that's good. Happy
All of the
New
above.
Year.
Thank you.
Is
Yeah.
it anniversary for yourself or?
It's Insight with FunmiRoyal.
Program.
This program,
Oh,
yes.
oh,
We
that's
started
amazing.
April 1st, 2024.
Oh, okay, that's amazing. Amazing.
Thank God.
It will continue to grow stronger and stronger and stronger.
Amen.
So everybody, I mean, their submissions have been interesting. I've been listening. I think everything has actually been said. Well, if I would say something, just to say that it's important to stay interested in who your partner is today, whether in poor, whether in rich, because you have chosen this person.
Yeah.
Just work with the person, communicate. If there are issues, someone did said that there is no marriage that is void of misunderstanding.
Tell me.
Misunderstanding will come. That is why it is an institution,
You
because
can tell.
it's two people who didn't know themselves from anywhere that were brought together by love. They have different bloodline flowing through them, but they came together to fulfill God's purpose. And so misunderstandings will come. In families, misunderstandings do come. So why not in marriage? But what makes it unique is that you have someone above that you can always call upon. And that is the person who established that institution, marriage. Because the day you people were joined together in matrimony, God was there present and He sees all. So if you people can come together, communicate, and kneel before Him when those issues arise and say, God, see us through in this, and there is no way it won't come through. Another thing will be public praise and private correction. When those issues come, you can privately call each other together and say, oh, on this one, I don't like it. If you change to doing this way, it will better us. Private correction. But then taking it out, maybe in the social media, social media, today's world, social media is doing a lot. So, and venting there and, might not really help, So that is just what I wanted to say. God is the number one person in marriage. And when there are issues, no matter how it is, God can fix it. So rely on God and call on Him to come through, and He will definitely come. Thank you for me. Thank you,
Thank
everyone.
you, Hansville. Thank you, Daddy Benga, for that support to him. Thank you. It's amazing. It's amazing the things prayer can do. You've done your hard work bit. Sometimes you need to push to the next phase with prayer. Together, for one another, with each other. Prayer does wonders. That much I can tell you. So I'm going to come to We Are Stronger Together, and then I'll come to you, Leslie. We Are Stronger Together. Good evening. Your name sounds familiar. Is this your first time on Insight or in this box?
Hello, my beautiful sister. How are you?
I'm fine. You're welcome.
Yeah, happy evening, wherever you are, everybody. Nice topic, comparing relationship marriage, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it's my first time. I've been on your profile. We are friends, I think.
Yeah, we're friends, but it's been a very long while because I know I've seen the name before, but I'm not sure whether you've come into the box before.
No, I just come listening and then
Yeah. Okay,
just
thank you. Thank you for joining me.
I think it's a beautiful topic. The fact that is more about talking when you talk about marriage, because marriage is not something we can actually define. I know we have a lot of people who make a lot of brilliant points, referencing Bibles, using proverbs. I wish I can put all these things as a dictionary to go and marry now. That would be good. So I'll have the best marriage, but I don't think so. Marriage is just beautiful on its own towards the individual. What I think in the global community, competition is the only key for progress these days. If you are not involved in the competition, you are not climbing ladder, you are not looking at things, you are not going everywhere, checking YouTube, what's going on there, checking Facebook, what's going on there. You know, we all add things to every values these days because our parents, let me say, from 40 years down, maybe I may not be too educational about that. We do not have good parental upbringing in terms of marriage. Our culture do not have value into marriage anymore.
You're
So
right.
it's very difficult for us to say, oh, you are going to be in your own room with two people just growing up. It won't work. You have to go out there, check what will bring in more. It's just like you are cooking. So there are more things you put in that food that make that food more, make it sweet. So you can enjoy it. Just go out there, get what you can put in, but try as much as possible to be children's center. To be children's center. It's not about yourself when you get married now. It's about children, how you can also bring that champion. Because the
Yeah.
global community today, we are struggling with one thing that we all are hiding. None of these 40 years or 60 years old won contest election. They left it for 80 years old, 90 years old. You know, we are all fighting ourselves. We don't come together. If you look at Putin today, Putin, Tinubu, American president, these guys, they were all mates when they were younger. They were all doing the same thing. They might not know each other, but they were doing the same attitude when they were 16 years old, 17 years old. They are older now. They are also leading. This is what they work for. So we need to be able to come together. Marriage shouldn't be our problem this time. Marriage shouldn't be a problem. We must be able to overcome marriage because it's the most easiest thing these days.
Ah, you think so?
It is. If you compare the olden days, I can keep you in the house. I tell you everything what to do. You will be doing that. You don't have choice. You know, you'll be doing it. Let's go back to before suffrage. You can't compare now. We now have women leadership everywhere. We now have women holding offices. We now have women making money as never before. Look at Beyonce. Beyonce was 17 years old when she became a billionaire, isn't it? So she's been making it. So the fact that we all have to go out there and see what is good and add it to our values. You know, I don't see any limit to any relationship. It's just that we are closing in on letting one person grow.
Yeah.
This one is creating competition, jealousy in each other. No, 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 no. A woman can be a billionaire. Don't stop her. A man can get as much as money he wants, whether he wants to work. The woman can also do the same thing. You know, let your children steal your £1 million. Don't know. You don't know if they steal your money. Rather than two of you dragging, some of them they are queuing on benefit office trying to. That's not competition. Don't compete yourself with benefit office. Go beyond there. You know, majority of pastors today, they do not also have good education. Those are places where we plan peace. Those are places where we plan unity. Those are places where we plan progress. Those are places where you are hungry, you go there. When you're not happy, you go there. Many marriages cannot run to church today. They cannot run there. You know, they all go to workplace and take the wrong thing. Church should be a place where we go. I want to be like my pastor. You know, I want to be like my pastor's wife. Those are things we should be looking at for, not looking at things that are far from us. things that we can actually lay hands on to better myself. Because someone in Nigeria cannot compete with someone in the UK. It's in Nigeria there. You have your neighbors that will support you. You have you have your parents. You have your childhood. You know. So those are just my own take when it comes to marriage conversation. We must be very careful of trying to think I am your dictionary. It won't work. It will not work.
No, thank you so much for your contribution. Yes, so don't make another marriage your encyclopedia you watch. Let them inspire you, but do not compete or compare your own relationship with theirs, because they are going through their own situation as well. You might not be privy to seeing that, but doesn't mean all is bed of roses. So let's be mindful. And that's why I said there's a thin line between being inspired to doing better and comparing your spouse or your marriage to another other people. So there's a thin line that we need to be mindful. Thank you so much for your contribution. Leslie, good evening. I think you'll be the last person to give submission today. Good evening. I hope you're good.
Good evening. No.
Good evening. Happy anniversary to us. So
Happy anniversary for this wonderful ministry.
don't mind me
I'm
today.
clapping.
You remember last year? I think, were you here last year, April?
I was here last year,
When
April.
I
I
bought the
think
cake and
I think
then
I've
don't mind me. This
and you
time
didn't give us cake.
when she even accused me of only me eating the cake, so I'm like, no cake, no nothing today. We'll just thank God. So we just thank God for today.
Yeah. Yeah. I missed the talk today, so I don't really I have an idea from what I've heard from people, but I need to talk today because we
Yeah,
were
I
all
can
out.
throw the
We were out
question.
today.
I can throw the question, or I can just give you my end bit of my submission, maybe to help. I don't know.
You can give me the question. I think I have an idea of what people have been saying, but I'd like to have the question.
So, question number one is, how can comparison create conflict or resentment in a relationship? And the second one, do you want me to give you the second or one after the other?
I'll start with that. So I think the idea of comparison in marriage, the person that's actually doing the person who is doing the comparing, they need to make sure that they are delivering.
As
I find it fun
well.
that I find that oftentimes people who do the comparing, they themselves are not at the highest levels themselves.
Yeah.
They always want somebody else to be what they themselves are not at that level for. So I just find it so funny when, you know, I remember, I remember listening to somebody on TikTok a couple of years back where the guy's father was always comparing the song with everybody else. And in the song one day told him, "Why aren't you not a millionaire like your peers?" And that was the end of it. That was the end of it. That was the end of it. People who do the comparing, people who do comparing. First of all, I think the Bible says that those who compare themselves with themselves are actually not wise. I think Ella Debbie said it clearly. We're not the same. That's the bottom line. You're not the same. You don't think the same. You're not the same. You're not even born in the same conditions. So even people who are twins and don't have the same brain,
Oh, even
So how much
they look
more?
alike. Doesn't mean.
Even the most I watched the documentary years ago before I entered uni of identical twins, and you could not have the two most different personalities. Like they were night and day. One of them was genius, the other one was not. One of them was always and they are both looking the same, but one was always attractive, the other one was not. It got to the point where the parents were constantly comparing the two between themselves. And the one that felt, I'm not good enough. So it got so bad when they got to university, the twin that everybody was like is successful, that one became millionaire by the time he was 21. Where the other one, same father, same mother, that one was struggling like he couldn't get a break. He now became alcoholic. I think like maybe when he was 25, he was in another house. His parents were rich, and the other brother came and was like, come, let's go together. And that one said, just leave me alone. And the guy said, look, just come, let me help you with something. And the guy said, hey, so I've now become someone you have to be helping. That's how he now took knife and stabbed that one. I don't know. They said it's over 100 stab. And the guy was late. Yes, because of comparison. Comparison. The twin is, I remember the guy was still alive. He said that was his deepest regret. That he was in prison. He now realized that I'm not even the same person. I actually had my that why couldn't I just learn to focus on what I was good? But because his parents and people around were constantly comparing him and the brother, he just could not get out of that cloud, and nobody was able to advise and tutor him. So in marriage, if and comparison is gender free. Both gender can compare. A husband can compare his wife weight, his wife look, everything, and the wife can compare a wife husband income or husband this that the other thing. But it is in a marriage. I think people need to remember one thing: when you are married to somebody, you chose that person. I think people forget something. You chose that person. So to now compare them with somebody else, you should go and meet that person you're comparing them and go and be with them. And 9 out of 10, they can't, because they know that they're not matched to be with that person. Yet you think it's a strength or a flex to be comparing your wife or your husband with somebody else. It's crazy. It's delusional. It doesn't work. So when you are comparing your wife or your husband, you are just creating a conflicting situation, even for yourself. Because even you yourself are doing it, if you are so good, you should be able to carry everything. I say you are so perfect, but you're not. The fact that you're not. The fact that you're comparing your wife or husband to somebody else is actually a tell on you, because you chose them. You picked them. They didn't force you to marry the person. Those days of people some cultures might still do it, but for the most part in the Western world, nobody forces you to marry anybody. So if you are married to somebody and you're now comparing your spouse to somebody else, the problem is you. Then you should go and be with that person. It's as simple as that. Or else, why are you creating a conflicting environment? Because you feel inadequate and you're projecting that inadequacy on your spouse. So yeah, if you're going to the second you open your mouth and say, why can't you be, then you yourself make sure that you are able to deliver as well. Yeah, you better be 100, or else don't go there. Don't go there. The second you start saying, rather, if you feel maybe your wife or husband is not doing something they should be doing, or they feel they could be doing, encourage them, or let them know that I believe you can. You are doing this. What is not happening? You work with them, but comparing doesn't help.
Inspire them. Don't compare.
Yes, but don't compare. Don't be. There's something about wife. Before we started driving, we used to have some certain so-called friends. They're not as close anymore, and they'll be like, hey, you should be driving. Like, we don't know we need to drive. Oh. And then one day my wife told the person, it costs £500 for us to get drivers to do the lesson. Can you donate? We didn't hear from them again. And she would say, basically, you're saying, if you're going to do that, contribute, or else don't bother. Don't come and be telling me what I should be doing, but you're not actually doing anything, quote unquote, to contribute, or to say, okay, here's £100 or here's £50 to this. So I hope this will start your journey. I will listen to you, or else it's just talk. Basically, you just say it's just an opinion, and your opinion has no validity because you can't back it up with anything concrete. There's no point. So you're chatting to the person, you can contribute to my driving lessons. And that was the end of that. That was it just ended. So people who do the comparison it's a very weak way of thinking you are helping. It's if you are thinking you are helping, you're not helping. It's a very weak way of doing it. It doesn't inspire anybody. And even those people who are doing the comparison themselves, they should start comparing themselves with other people and see how it's like. It's the comparison thing doesn't and the funny thing, I think somebody said it again about the grass being greener. The irony about the grass being green is that oftentimes you don't know the amount of work that goes into making that grass look green.
Oh yeah.
You just have no idea, zero idea. You're just looking at the result. A lot of people just focus on the results. They rarely ever focus on the process, the work, the system. They just look at the results. They never find out how they achieve that result. And if they did know, they'd probably be very quiet about it. Because oftentimes they're probably not prepared to pay the price.
All right,
They are
admission.
probably not prepared to pay the price. So I think when you compare in a marriage, it's a dangerous ground, and you are. I would almost say I can't 100% say, but it's almost a form of gaslighting because you are trying to create an environment that's not realistic for the person you're comparing the other person to. It's not realistic because you're not married to that person you are asking your spouse to be like, and B, you didn't first quote unquote marry your spouse in that condition that you said they were supposed to be like this other person. So that is a form of like it's a reality you're just not being consistent with. So you're creating a serious environment of conflict, and it's not. And if that's how they raised you, ask yourself, you yourself didn't thrive or like it either. And if you did, it made you possibly a difficult person to be with, if the truth be told. So I don't know. I hope that helps with that situation, but it doesn't help in a marriage.
Well, it has. So the second question is: in what ways has modern culture or social media increased comparison?
Social media is the worst, but it's not social media's fault.
I was
It's
gonna say,
people
we should be mindful how we refer to social media because by
Yeah,
itself,
no.
it's not doing anything.
It's like the internet. It's like anything. If you already have a preconceived idea, you are going to go in that direction. So if you're already okay, I remember. I don't know if anybody remembers Hush Puppy. It was this social media guy on Instagram. And for the people who were discerning, most people knew, come on, this is not realistic. We know this is this. But I remember so many Nigerians. This is it. You see, it's done well. People that have been abroad, that have been abroad for 20, 30 years and they haven't made it money. Look at him, he's already made all this money. And I'm like, you people have no idea how things really work. If this guy has made this kind of money, he should tell us how he made this money. And you knew that people were just living vicariously through him. So it's not really social media. It's just that people are looking to almost maybe deceive themselves, delude themselves, or feel if he can do it, I can do it. Only for it to be found out that this guy was doing fraud and doing big time fraud. He's in jail now in the US right now. But that's what happens. A lot of people don't know that they can put a fake life and it can look real on social media.
Yeah.
There's a well-renowned she was in the tech world for quite a while. She's a strong a Christian. I don't want to mention her name because some people might know her, but she actually said that there was one person that she wanted to get to do her conference, and the person on social media was like, wow, they were spending 5K, they were looking like $10,000 every other day of the week, they were going from one hotel to the other, they were traveling here and there, and then she just happened to meet the person in between places. Like, I've been trying to connect with you to come for come and join my conference team. When she got there, she found out that the person was owing hotel bill.
Oh my
We ended. Not only owing hotel bill, the person was actually homeless. And she's like, how are you doing this? She said, it's rented life. That the every money she's making on social media, that's how she will now be going from one place to the other. She rent a place for like 3 weeks, a month, and then be doing the social media. And the woman was like, hey, so you don't own a property. I don't property. I rent everything. Everything is rented.
Wow.
So people have to be very careful. A lot of things. If you're comparing, you need to be careful who you're comparing yourself to.
Yeah.
And even some people that you think are successful, quote unquote, financially, some of them they are struggling in their relationships. There's one now, right now. There was one. The people, a lot of guys are following this person. He's a millionaire. Yes, he was a millionaire, but he's now facing 20 years in prison. He's in a law court because he almost unalived his third wife.
Wow.
But on social media, people are he's driving brand new fast car every other year. He's driving. People are following that, not knowing that this guy he had a problem with DV. He had a violent streak when it came to relationships, and he hid it because he was paying those women a lot of money to be quiet. But the third one was like, there's no amount of money you pay me, I will go, and I will go public. That's why he wanted to almost unalive the woman. But thankfully somebody came and intervened. She said that, I don't care, there's no amount of money you're going to pay me, I will go, I'm going public. I don't need you, I don't care about money. That this one, everybody will know your secret. And it has come out now. So people have to be very careful who they're comparing. At the end of the day, a lot of times, there's a reason why the Bible, I think, God remains undefeated. There's a reason why the Bible says godliness with contentment is great gain. Sometimes, sometimes if you just focus on your relationship, for those who are married, but even if you are not married, forget about, if you just are thankful for who you are, and thankful for what you have, and thankful for what God has given to you, I'm telling you, you are in the league of 1% of people who have learned to be confident, and they don't need stuff and people to validate them. Yeah. That's what made Jesus so unique, is that he did not need anybody to validate him. And that's the unique thing. If you're a Christian, you need to have that kind of attitude as well. That I don't need your affirmation. Once I get that from God and I'm secure my person, the rest is a bonus. It's a bonus. And if you're married, then you should give that same value to your spouse. You should learn to be appreciating them. You should look at your spouse with great honor. I'm telling you, it's a perspective issue. The second you see your spouse in an honorable manner, I'm telling you, that's the direction your attitude will go as well. But the second you're constantly looking at the flaws, what they can't do, what they don't do, all this stuff, that's what you're going to get. So if you want to have a marriage that looks good in your eyes, not in everybody else's eyes, start focusing on the things that made you like your spouse. I remember something that we did both before we got married and when we did our marriage course in 2020. They said, write down the things you like about your spouse, write it down, and learn to engage in those qualities regularly. And the truth is that that's where your mind will go. That's where your attitude will go. But if you keep seeing that, look, everybody, no one is perfect out here. Even the so-called billionaire you're thinking they have problem. I will finish this. There's one billionaire. He committed adultery, and he got a disease, and he didn't tell his wife, so he hid it and gave it to her. This is a billionaire. That's what caused the marriage to break down.
Wow.
That is what caused, so you think, yes, he gave it to his wife, and the wife was like, what the and that was the end.
Thank you.
It terminated the marriage. So be careful who you're comparing yourself to. Be very careful. Not everything as it appears is what it really looks like. If you learn to do your homework,
it's gold. Yeah.
Yes, learn to be happy with what you have in front of you, and it will grow. It will grow. The thing you're comparing yourself to, if you do your own homework and you put in the effort, you probably will be far better than those people are looking at. Just do the time. I think that's what happens. That people don't want to put in the effort, but they want all the results.
That's the thing.
Thank you very much. I hope this helps those people.
Yeah, thank you. Hey, see, I'm gonna read my end bit again, for those who were not here when I was giving my talk, when couples choose to focus on their own relationship rather than comparing with others, they build stronger, healthier, and more fulfilling marriages. When they decide to do that, that's what they're going to experience. Because marriage is hard work. I always say it here. It is hard work, but God makes it easy because you've called Him into that. And that's why, you see, it's like you decide to go and buy a furniture and it came in packed. By the time you open, before anything, you see the manual. The manual is in there, how you're going to set that furniture. If you miss something, and the fact is, or the truth is, they've put every screw, every bolt, everything you're going to need to set it right. Okay, so imagine you just open the box. I'm like, I see the picture of the end thing you want to build. You just neglect the manual. You see all the parts, you bring everything out, you're looking lost. Just carry that manual. Because the manufacturer thought about it. How will anybody be able to put this together? Use the manual. What am I saying? God is the creator of marriage. Whether you believe in God or not, you have entered that marriage relationship. That institution is created by God. For your own sake, for your own mental wellness, for your own peace. Go and read the Bible. Even if they don't believe God, answers are there. And I was sharing with my hangout people today that even the basic of the basic, the fruit of the Spirit, how many of us, because I'm not judging anyone, everybody is still work in progress. How many of us are kind? How many of us are gentle? How many of us have long suffering? All of those things. If we can just, those basic things alone, treat one another truthfully with that, we will have a peaceful marriage. How much more going further? What am I trying to say? Let us guard our hearts, appreciate our partners, and build marriages rooted in love and not comparison, because it's not going to build us any far. It's going to bring issues. And then what are we passing on to the next generation? These are things we really need to reflect on. And I pray that God will continue to give us the wisdom and the grace to be gracious to our spouses. They're not perfect. You're not perfect. Together we'll sit down. When you talk about things and it seems whatever, pray about it together and see how far God will help you with that situation. Thank you, everyone. God bless you for your contribution. So, my riddle is back. Today's puzzle is a riddle back from last week, actually, because we didn't come on Monday. So, remember that riddle I told us? If Jesus was still on earth, what kind of car would he have been driving? Aren't you curious? If Jesus were to be on earth right now, what kind of car do you think he would be driving? Any taker? Any taker? If you're in the box, you know the answer. Please just open your box and tell us if you know the answer. And if you're on the floor there, but you need to get your gifts, I don't know how we're going to do that. You will have to come to the box at some point. So if Jesus were still on earth, what kind of car would he be driving? Thank you, Revelation Ministry. I see you. Good evening. Thank you so much for your gifts. Thank you. Please let's follow one another as well. If Jesus was still on earth, what kind of car would he have been driving? Any takers? If not, I have to tell us the answer today.
Under pilot.
Hey, oh. If Jesus were still alive today or on earth today, what car would he be driving?
You know, he drove an Accord earlier.
No.
In the same Accord, the transformation would be to drive a pilot. Simply that would accommodate more people.
I hear you. Well done, but thank you, no thanks. Let me not go and post it now before somebody will go and see it. Thank you. I said when I laugh now. Thank you, but no. If Jesus was still on earth today, what kind of car would he have been driving? Any taker. Let's see. Sean, are you still there?
Tesla Model Y.
In fact, you're making us laugh. I know you know your cars, but nah, thank you. If Jesus was still on earth, what kind of a car would he have been driving? Mitsubishi Colt Bitibo. No. I'm still thinking, Shan. Okay, think hard. Leslie, any taker? Any other? We are strong together. Please, you need to help us solve this riddle. If Jesus was still on earth, Honda Colt. Honda Colt kwa. Spiritual car.
I think if Jesus was still on earth, this is very good to analyze. If Jesus was
Okay.
still on earth, the fact that we all have evidence of our attitude of today's society. If I was in number 10 Downing Street, everybody would learn to shut me up, because they have access to me.
Okay.
When you not have enough of somebody, everybody will say, "Is it not just Jesus? Remember, it's the son of a carpenter." The same thing will happen today. The same thing will happen because no one will be able to do as much as they are even doing today. Because, is it not just Jesus? Is it not just Jesus? Are you the only friend? I knows him. No, I have access to this. There will be too much competition on that approach. So it's very easy when we all have different structure of different religion, different churches, even more and more churches today, that some people just able to express themselves on that pulpit platform. Because if he was there, then you're gonna see that we'll be having more queue like we used to have in the olden days. We used to have queue in the olden days that everybody had to queue for testimony, queue for prayer.
So we are stronger together. Are you answering my riddle or your? I'm trying to understand you. Are you trying to answer the riddle?
You said if Jesus was there today, how would the world look like, isn't it?
No, no, no. I said if Jesus were to be on earth today, what kind of car would he be driving?
Wow. I think Jesus will have his own golden private jet, isn't it?
No, thank you.
He will have his own golden private jet, just like many pastors are having today, isn't it? They're having helicopter and all that. Because he will want to do more work. He can't even be driving on the floor because there is no space for him. He needs to travel as far, go to America, everywhere, because it's more needed.
We're talking about car. I did not say jet. I didn't say
It would
car.
have a fortress vehicle, like a double-decker open roof, where you can be able to minister to people.
Oh my God. Somebody said Toyota Land Cruiser, spiritual car, Honda Colt. No. No, 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 no. But thank you, no thanks. If Jesus was still on earth, what kind of car would he have been driving? Toyota Corolla. Shan, where did you get that? Wow. Okay, because of time. Yes. Any taker? Debbie, why are you quiet?
Exactly. Help us ask now.
I'm surprised all you men should be on top of this, honestly, because I know men know cars.
It is men that has been speaking since. Men.
But you're not speaking the answer, though.
We are not getting the answer to you, but we are speaking what comes to our mind.
It's so funny. It's so funny. So, for the sake of time, it's not Toyota Corolla, but the answer. Let me post the answer there. That is
Jesus
the
will use car. If
answer.
he was on earth today, we not use car. Chrysler. Oh, no matter. This one is Chrysler, not Chrysler self.
In fact, wow, what is happening now?
Chrysler, what model?
The latest model.
The Chrysler that we know that is a vehicle does not have a I, it has a Y.
Hey. Yeah, so that's why it's called a riddle, it's a puzzle. At least you have an idea.
You want to scatter our head.
I'll bring another different type on Monday. Or we'll bring our tongue twister. Because when I bring tongue twister, you people say you're tired to be twisting your tongues. So that's why I decided to bring this puzzle. Hearing this about, yeah, you know, exactly, Christ life. So you can put your why, or you can put, at least you get the whole idea. That's why it's a riddle. Thank you all so much. Again, happy April, new month. Happy Easter. Happy second year anniversary to us on Insight with FunmiRoyal. You all have really made it what it is, because by myself just sitting here and talking, I don't think will be what it is. So thank you, and the greatest thanks to Almighty God for making it possible for Grace Strength. Sometimes I have to crawl here and sit and talk and do all of this, but God has been gracious to me, to all of us. So thank you all so much. I appreciate every single one of you. So on that note, we're going to call it a night. Have a wonderful weekend. And enjoy the Easter as bank holiday here in UK. I don't know any other parts of the world, but enjoy the Easter celebration. Don't forget the reason for this celebration, because Christ is alive. That's what we're celebrating, so that we can live a better life. So connect to Him. If you have not given your life to Christ, please do so. Try Him. Just try Him and see how He will transform your life. Thank you all. Have a lovely night. Thank you, Shan. Thank you, Isa. House View, thank you so much. I see you. Leslie, thank you. Debbie, thank you. Adasa, I know you're hearing there. Thank you so much. Admissions is dropped off. Thank you. TJ for stopping by today. Thank you. Everyone that has contributed. Prince Olukoya as well. Thank you, every single one. Enjoy the weekend. God bless you. By the grace of God, we'll be back on Monday when we do our individual talks and checks. By the grace of God. Good night, every single one of you. Good night. Happy anniversary. Let the light that's within me shine to the whole world. Thank you, Elder Kenneth. A13. Thank you. Bring understanding. Yes. Good night. Good night, everyone. Oh, inside. Inside. Good night, Debbie. Thank you. Good night.